let's begin. Hello, everyone. The podcast is back once again. Ho ho ho.
Hello, ho ho.
Hello, ho ho.
Hello, ho ho.
Today is a good episode of the podcast because it is once again another Christmas themed episode. However, it's not a part two to the Rankin Bass one from last year. Reason being, we had only like 3 movies we hadn't seen, and because of
No, there's like more than that because there's some that I didn't even remember, or like I don't know, like ones that we haven't watched together, or ones that I couldn't remember unless I watched them again, but we just didn't have time to watch them again, and we haven't even like had time to watch Christmas movies in general
yeah.
this year, just because like you're working a lot, so yeah.
Yeah, no, seriously, my work schedule has been crazy. Peak season ain't no joke. But we're doing this now, and I'm excited. So because of all of that, yeah, we couldn't get to a whole lot of Christmas stuff. However, we do know the Home Alone franchise. And
Yes.
so, a couple things to mention also right before we get into all of that. I sound a little fucked up because I'm just getting out of being sick, so you're going to hear the remnants of that kind of in my voice. I apologize, but I wanted to get this out as quick as possible, and I'm feeling well enough, of course, right now to actually do this. Vic, on the other hand, was going to join us, but now he's getting sick, so I think I transferred I think I gave sick to him.
Yeah.
But here we are back once again for some Christmas joy. And oh, what a joy Home Alone is. As 2 movies,
boy.
yes. As a franchise, we have some thoughts.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
how do you want to start this off? Do you want to do like, when was the first time you saw the first movie?
Yeah, I guess we could. Okay, so actually, so my story is a little weird because I don't remember the first time that I saw Home Alone.
Oh, really?
No, I can't remember. I guess the first time I remember consciously like watching it and like beginning it as a tradition was in high school.
Oh, wow.
And I'm sure I had seen it before that, but um I can't remember a time before that when like I had seen it. I just know that I probably had seen it. But I just know that I really started watching them every year since I was in high school. And yeah, I pretty much make at least the first 2 movies a holiday tradition of mine.
Yes. For me, I can't remember how old I was. I must have been, I think, definitely younger than 6. When we saw the first one on TV, and for some reason, I guess it touched me or whatever, because I cried when they reunited as a small little
Huh,
kid. I was like, oh,
okay.
that's so happy, and it's
That's so
and it's
nice.
oh, that was weird. But I'll get more into it when we get to that movie. But I remember Home Alone 2. I was we rented it, and we were living in an apartment around that time. I know, so I was about 6, and Marv getting electrocuted with the skeleton scared me.
Yeah.
So that was fun. Those are some of my earliest Home Alone memories. Um, Now, unless there are some that you like completely do not remember, which is fine, it will kind of dwindle the further in we go. I thought a cute little thing we could do, as we talked about each movie, is kind of like at some point we try to fit it in, maybe near the end before we go to the next film. We try to like recap our favorite traps from each film.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I mean, because that's why people watch this, right? I mean, fuck the family leaving the kid and the kids doing kid things. It's the traps are funny.
Right. Yeah,
Slapstick
and I
humor.
sure hope that I can remember like some of them. Again, there's some that I just like I'm not gonna remember because I haven't seen like all the movies in in a while. I don't watch all the movies as much as I watch just the first two. So
Yeah, we haven't. We did do a. I remember some odd years ago we did do a little binge because I remember we watched Home Alone 3 in person together. We definitely did that. I don't know if you remember that, but we did
yeah,
that.
yeah, we did.
Um, you're the one that showed me 5 because you had seen 5 and I hadn't at that point. It took me a
Yeah.
while to see 5, and that was before we knew 6 was a thing. Uh, but the first 4, I'll say this much before we properly get in. This is all the introduction. For me, 3 and 4 are guilty pleasures because I have those both on VHS.
Okay.
So 1 and 2. I mean, other than that, we're going to be having kind of basically the same opinion as like the majority who look at this as a franchise and go, "Whoa, what the fuck?" But yeah. So 1 and 2 all time classics. 3, I like it, and I think you said you liked it too. You just watched it recently for
Yeah.
as homework for this. Um,
I just watched it like a couple hours ago.
4 I still like. It's dumb. We're gonna get it. We'll get into it when we get into it. But I still kind of like it. I have a soft spot for it. And then 5, I don't have like a childhood attachment to it. Plus, it came out in like what 2012. So at that point, I didn't even know there was a fifth one until I was like, oh shit, there's a fifth one. And then
Right.
6 is 6. So home sweet home alone. Anyway,
All right. So
she's trying so
let's
hard.
begin at the
It
beginning.
it doesn't exist apparently. Home Alone 1. Uh, cinema
Home Alone,
peak.
1990.
Next one. No. Like how do you talk about something that's been talked about so much and everyone loves it? It's a classic.
Um, honestly, you don't like
Next
so
one. No.
it's funny because I've been watching like these reaction channels and stuff, and there's so many people who are just like watching it for the first time, like as
Yeah.
adults, and it's crazy. I'm like, because like I won't, you know, a part of me thinks like, oh, how have you not seen this before? But then again, I apparently didn't actually start watching until high school, at least from what I remember, because I have no memories of watching it before that. So,
Yeah.
um, but yeah, it's a great movie, and it's funny, and it has heart, and it's got like pretty much everything that you expect out of a Christmas movie.
Yes.
And people like to point this out when you look at, the attention to detail, they really made sure that they covered every single scene in like reds and greens and like all these Christmassy colors.
True. Um, what I like about the first Home Alone is that it's a movie. I'm going to be doing that a lot. I'm sorry. It's a movie that is first and foremost a movie that will definitely be making a lot more sense as we go along. Um, but it has the heart, it has the soul, it has the detail, but it doesn't make you feel stupid for watching it because
Yeah.
the setup is like, okay, it's a 90s film about a fucking little kid that gets left home alone and then these burglars come in and he's gonna fuck him up. It sounds that's such a premise that could so easily have been executed in a poor fashion to where
Like nowadays, if you hear that premise for a movie nowadays, you think that that's like, oh, that's so silly, like that'll
yeah,
never work. But
like
back then, it did.
little kids only would probably laugh at it, and then adults would just be like, "Ugh, this movie again." Kind of like the new ones, but
Yeah.
it's a family movie. Home Alone 1 is a family movie, and it doesn't waste your time, and it sets everything up fucking like so well. So you were saying attention to detail went into the visuals for the colors and everything, and the Christmas spirit is in an abundance in this movie, but um, the attention to the setup is also, and not just in it's the little things of like, oh, what might become a trap that Kevin will utilize later, but then also like,
Mm.
oh, when he's fighting with Buzz and the commotion happens and stuff's getting knocked around, one ticket gets soda or something spilled on it, so the dad lumps it all up with the garbage they have to throw out in the trash can, and they
Yeah.
take a
And it's funny because like you almost don't realize that that happens because
yeah,
they count the kids wrong anyway. So it's like both factors went into it.
yeah. I mean, because the hurriedness of everything also really elevates that moment as well. Right before like the moment you realize, oh wait, but Kevin though. Um, so sending him up to the third floor, which is a place he never really spends time in, so it's an easy way to forget that he's still in the house and he didn't wake up. He doesn't hear the commotion because he's so high up. Um, with the neat premise of yes, weather conditions would factor in, something would happen to the power cables and stuff, and the attention to detail again as they're hurrying out, and the guys are out fixing the power. They're like, "Hey, we got the power on, but the phone lines are all messed up," and
Yeah.
that good detail they can't call. So like all these little things, which as an adult you pick up on and you're like, yeah, okay, makes sense. But like as a kid, you're just like you're not really understanding all that stuff probably. Um, it's just the wham of like, oh no, Kevin's been left all behind and stuff. But when you see how it's all set up to where there's a good flow to it. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Like, there's a good flow in how everything is kind of shown off, revealed, payoffs, um, all that stuff. So, in just these little tiny ways, which I think is really clever. And the later ones definitely don't really do that. The second one, like, kind of
Yeah.
does, but that was something I really liked about the first movie. The more I watch it now, I like seeing because I like taking in every little shot now, especially those ones that go by so. Because that first third goes by so fast, like,
Yeah.
but it introduces so much and sets everything up because it sets up the bandits, or at least it sets up Harry because he's one of the first characters you see, you know. Um,
Yeah, personating a police officer.
yeah. But that's cool too because again, I'm sure for those you could probably actually like check me on this since you've been watching. For people that haven't seen this movie before, even if they're adults and what have you, they might not. If you somehow ignore all the key art for this movie and see that he's the cop from the beginning, but if you don't see the wet bandits, you look at Harry and go like, oh, he's a police officer. Okay, cool. And he's checking the house. Okay, cool. And then you see him later as a bandit, and you see his plan that he's been hitting up these houses to see like um, the valuables and all that, and you're like, oh no, they set that up really well because he's actually a bad guy. Like that was part of his plan. Like that's really neat in how they show that.
Yeah. I mean, like, you could probably figure it out by the way it goes, like, your house is in good hands, and he smiles wickedly like a psycho.
Yeah,
But
that's true. But I mean, he does drop little hints too. I mean, how they say like, oh, just checking on the houses, for like security or whatever. However they say it, he's like, yeah, you could say that.
yeah. But
Um,
also, who let him in? Like,
who did let him? The dad probably. Uncle Frank.
yeah.
I can't hear Uncle Frank without like every time we watch movies or shows where someone's calling out other people's names, I always have to go, Buzz, Uncle Frank.
Uncle Frank.
Is this a joke? um, but in the first one, Kevin acts like a kid. Macaulay Culkin did very well, in the role for the first one. Not to say he doesn't in the second one, but we'll get there. Um, Everything about it is believable, I think, in that kind of sense. Like, no one seems like they're super, like, overacting for the sake
Yeah.
of it's a comedy, be funny. You know what I mean? Um, I think there's good moments where, again, I think it's with the pacing, how everything feels very like, okay, it's, what am I trying to say here? Like, the acting is very, very, let's say, for lack of a better word at the moment, natural. And then when things need to be a little over the top, I think those who are in those positions that need to act over the top do it well.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like cheesy or anything like that, I don't think.
Yeah, and then like it gets a little wackier when we get to the second one and onward. Like it leans a lot more into slapstick.
Yeah.
I
Oh
think this
yeah.
one was probably the most grounded of all of them.
So I'm saying, like, it tries to be a movie first, and everything is set up for that final act when he's like, everything gets planned and gets set up for all hell to break, all Christmas hell to break loose by the final third. And Kevin just lets rip on everyone, and it's like fun to watch because they're idiot, asshole, funny, dumb men who want to rob people's houses, and
Yeah.
he's giving them what for, and it's funny.
All right, so that's all the positives, but like
Are there any
what are
negatives?
the okay, like I mean, well, just not like negative, but like the things that we point out that are kind of ridiculous. Just yeah, I mean, like we said, who the hell let Harry in? Like I mean, I know it was a different time, so like that's also a thing. That's a factor. But like um Hari and I like to bring up the fact that we like to bring up the part with the toothbrush, like when
Oh,
he's a
okay,
shoplifter,
I see
but
what you
like,
mean.
and you're not noticing the crazy-eyed man who put his bloody hand on the table and is staring him down. Like,
You're
oh,
right.
you're there's a reason why he's backing away, like frightened, you know?
Yeah. The thing, yeah. So Old Man Marley, like, I like him as a character, and I think the funny thing is like, yeah, the more you watch from a logical standpoint, because they try to frame him from Kevin's and from any children watching's perspective, like point of view, they try to frame him as, oh, he's really scary because he doesn't really talk and he just kind of stares at you, and that would, yeah, that
Yeah.
would make any kid uncomfortable. But like
Yeah.
from a logical standpoint, it's like, bro, just say hi, old man.
Just say hi. I mean, because he's like, and then like, what is that? Like gaslighting is like, you can say hello when you see me. It's like, why did you say hello first?
Yeah, true. It's true. It's like Buzz is already saying all this shit, about him, and it's like, oh, the old tale of he did this and he buries the bodies and all that, and he even acknowledges that he knows there's shit going around about him, and you don't think as an adult, at your first, a very very well fine aged man, that your first instinct upon seeing this kid who you even know because you saw he looked up when they were peeping on him from the window and then they like closed the curtain real fast, but it's like when you see the kid that lives in that house and he was probably one of the ones that was looking at you, you wouldn't think to kind of approach with a friendly demeanor. No, you just kind of stare at him all creepily.
Yeah, like you just stare at him and then you're one and like you don't even ask, "Hey, are you alone?" Like what where is
I
everybody?
know,
Like
right?
did they leave you here?
How did he not see that? He's most certainly a neighbor, obviously. How would he not
Yeah.
know? Maybe he was out somehow,
Yeah,
somewhere.
maybe he was out, turning the bodies into mummies and salting the sidewalk.
Salt on the sidewalk, yeah. I think that was one of the other bits that made me cry when I was little, was him with his family. Like, it worked out. Like, nice.
Yeah.
Well, wait, did they make it obvious that it worked out? Did he actually contact his son at the end there? Was that the
Yeah,
son
I
with
mean,
him?
yeah, pretty much because like, he's hugging his granddaughter and everything. So I assume that the people who were with him like was, like his son and, his wife.
Okay, okay. Because what does he say? He says that he can go watch her, but he's not allowed to, like, visit her or something, or she's not allowed to visit him or something like that, or to the point of, like,
I mean, it was never quite clear what he meant by that, but it's like he's not welcome during the day, I guess.
something
But
like that,
he's
yeah.
like during the day at church. I was like, but why? But like, why specifically during the day? Like maybe it's because his I don't know. Maybe his son is there like during the day or like I don't know.
Nah, don't know. Or I guess, well, because they were performing at night, so, like, he can go watch them perform at night, but he
You can
can't
go
go
watch
visit
the
them during the day?
performance and stuff, but like can't visit. I don't know how like far away they live.
I don't know.
So, yeah, so that's the thing. It's like, I don't know how far away you actually live, but if you're kind of maybe close by, it's like maybe he just can't like visit their house or something.
uh, but I mean, but they set it up enough that like you understand, and Kevin, I don't feel like he just straight up launches into this like endearing speech. Like for a minute, he even was confused of like, oh, you're not like scary, you're actually friendly, and like
Yeah.
in them talking to each other naturally. After that, after he finally breaks the ice, old man Marley, uh, that like they have a natural conversation about like letting fear kind of control you in that sense and all that, and it's it was cool. It was endearing. It was, I think, to have some kind of a message, like a Christmas message, if you will, even though it doesn't have to necessarily pertain specifically to Christmas. Um, Again, the theme of like seeing family for the holidays, so it still ties in, regardless. But like, it was cool, and it didn't feel like the movie had to have that scene, but in having it, it makes it makes Kevin feel a little more adult. It's kind of a little bit of a bit of a swap of the kid trying to give advice to the adult, um, which wasn't really done around that time, at least in a comedy like this, and where they actually meant it. It wasn't played for laughs. So I mean, it was nice. It was cool. Again, it was a movie feeling like a movie, and not like they had to have a message or they had to have some kind of a scene like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, the movie just has a lot of good moments. It's a feel good movie.
Yeah.
And there's this funny thing. So, was it John Hughes, Chris Columbus, or both that. I mean, they had a part in the first two Home Alones, but like, did they also was it the both of them or one or the other that did Planes, Trains, and Automobiles?
Oh, that Planes, Trains, and Automobiles definitely. I want to say John Hughes.
I think John Hughes was the name I saw come up, and not Chris Columbus. In any case, the reason why I bring that up is because I think the slapstick works. I was thinking about it just earlier, and I think the slapstick works and why it became a tradition, of course, for every Home Alone movie. It's the thing that, again, kids look forward to. Adults can also get a laugh at it. Um, but because there's this knack in movies like this, set up in this fashion, because Planes and Trains has it as well, uh,
Yeah.
for just absurdist humor and like kind of surreal humor. Um, I mean, something like, again, which we'll get to in a minute, Marv being electrocuted in two immediately calls to mind something like in Planes, Trains, Automobiles, with the semi trucks scene. Uh, so like, there's this. While I'm saying that, like I said before, that this movie's trying to be a movie, it still has this weird surrealness of like a live action cartoon as like a
Yeah.
backing kind of like type of humor. Um, because seriously, why would you fucking not look down when you're stepping on these fucking gooey steps? Why
Yeah,
would you?
like
It's like line of sight is like for the characters. It's one of those things in like framing for a shot or whatever, where like the eye line of like the characters or the peripheral vision is very much just limited to the shot itself as we're watching them. So whatever we see, they see, and whatever we can't see, they can't either. Um, which could lead to a lot of funny gags and like slapstick cartoony bullshit. But like,
yeah, it's just like when you're stepping places and you know that like there things are in the way. Why would you not look down? Why would you not look down? It's just that's stupid. Oh God, my favorite one is the fact that Harry's wearing gloves throughout most of the movie, and when they finally do the job, he's not wearing gloves.
he's
Like, are you an idiot? Are you actually an idiot? Like the one time you don't wear gloves and you burn your hand so badly it leaves a freaking imprint.
uh,
Like it's still
in the
gonna
wrong
burn your hand, but like you wouldn't have felt it as much.
in the wrong orientation too, because the M isn't supposed to be at the angle that it is when you see it in
Yeah.
like even in the second movie, like it's still the wrong orientation. um, but it's very funny. Uh, as far as things that don't work, or that are just weird, I don't know what else. Like, I mean, these are nitpicks. Obviously, don't think that they make the film bad. It's just these little weird like bits of like illogical detail or just moments that make the movie like you just question it, like what the fuck, like why. But
Yeah.
what else is there to say about the first one? Uh, God bless his soul, John Candy's funny as hell. I didn't recognize him. Uh,
Yeah.
Freaking when I saw planes trains, I'm like, okay, so that's John Candy, and him looking like that is like with the little mustache and everything. I'm like, okay, that's John Candy. I seen him mustacheless, clean shaven with longer hair. I'm like,
I know.
oh, how did I
I
not?
know every time that I get that I get a mocha, I'm gonna go mocha mocha.
It's like, how did I not know that was the same guy? Like his voice is not different at all. He has a very unique voice. Um, I love his manner of speaking. You look at a scene like that where Kate's talking to him, and it's like, okay, this would be in any other movie with any other actor probably. This scene would be going on for too long. It's like, shut the fuck up. Let's go along. Let's get a move on here. This is
It's
taking
like, yeah,
forever. It's one big joke of him just rambling and doing whatever. But like, John Candy is so fucking endearing that like I would listen
his
to.
delivery is like
Yes,
so good.
because he ad libs a lot of his shit. It's just him being him, and that's what makes him so like cool of an actor. And like, I would love to like just hear him talk about shit because of the way
Yeah,
he delivers it. Yeah, you're saying, yeah. A fucking audiobook done by him would be so cool. I mean, maybe he
I
has done
know.
a few, but I don't know.
What other movies is he in? Like, can we find other movies that he's in? Just like marathon that?
A John Candy marathon, we should definitely do that.
Yeah,
Definitely. I'll have to like look it up later because I can't think of anything. He's in Spaceballs. I know he's in that.
that's
Um,
right.
but apart from like this small little batch, I'd have to like if I've seen him in anything else, I can't remember at the moment. I'd have to go through IMDb. But but I don't know. The one thing we the last thing, so you watched three today of the day of the recording of this episode, but a couple days ago we watched one and two, um, and we were watching the first movie again. I was like, again, just these little details. Like you put logic to this. You might know what I'm about to say, but again, they're talking. It's the polka scene, and it's before they're in the truck and all that. So they're still in the airport or wherever. And
Oh yeah.
he turns around and goes, "See that guy in the yellow jacket over there?" And it's like, okay, that's funny because they're all their own little band. They're all in yellow jackets. So like, I think it's funny that he had to feel the need to like specify that guy over there in the yellow jacket when all these dudes stand out
Yeah.
so hard.
Yeah, and then I was like, well, he's probably just saying like the guy in the yellow jacket over there specifically
Like
because
all the way down
he's
to the other
talking about
side.
one specific person who's away from the rest of them.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, so I'm like,
So
that's not weird at all.
I just thought it was funny. I'm just like, I love that he had to point out, like, specify that guy there as if, like, Kate couldn't put together he's part of the group. But if you're having to say, well, that specific guy over there, not
Yeah.
not the other bandmates over here sitting down. So I'm not sure if that was intentional to the sake of him pointing it out legitimately or him pointing it out. It's supposed to be like a very, very subtle bit of comedy because it's like they stand out so much. But that's how I took it to mean. But first movie's good. It's good.
It's
Like,
good.
how do you not see this movie? Like, it's good.
Yeah. I mean, if you haven't seen Home Alone, do us a favor, watch it. Like right after this podcast, go watch it.
Yes, for sure. It's on all of the Disneys. It's on Hulu. All these movies right now are on Disney and Hulu.
Yeah.
Um, but okay, before we move on to the next one, favorite traps, or
Bear
or just or
traps.
just one, even if you have just one that really makes you laugh, or that you can
Yeah.
remember as we go along.
Favorite trap or traps.
Yeah,
I'm a big fan of the blowtorch. I think that's hilarious.
that is really fucking.
I really like how he just stands there and takes it.
um. Oh God, let me see. I'm trying to think. Uh. Well, I do have a Funko of Marv with the iron mark on his forehead. I thought that one was pretty funny. It's one of the first ones where pull a string, it's not working, something smashes on their head. That would become a running one even outside of 1 and 2, if I remember right.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think, is there any other ones? The Micro Machines was pretty funny. I didn't know that's what they were when I was a kid, because I never had Micro Machines. Again, another example of them not watching where they fucking walk, but it's funny that they do a synchronized fall, like facing opposite directions. Um, it's not really a
Uh,
trap, but my favorite fucking moment in that kind of scene is Kevin putting the tarantula on Marv's
yeah,
face,
the spider, yeah.
and then
The tarantula and then his scream is so funny.
finding out they had an ADR that scream because they were like, yeah, you can't scream when the spider's on your face.
Don't do that.
They were gonna scare the spider
Yeah.
if he did that. But oh, didn't we see there's a fake spider too? When it's on, when he throws it onto Harry's chest, in some
Yeah.
shots it's fake.
It's fake. Yep.
It's really funny. I mean, I've never in any other movie, even in horror films, seen the fear in someone's eyes than in Harry's. Right when he's got the crowbar, right when he smacks him with
You're right.
the
He's like,
fear in his eyes.
it's like, Mar, what are you doing?
Oh, it's so fucking good.
That's more fear than in Marv's eyes when he had the spider on his face.
True. And then let's not forget the moment when other pieces of detail outside of the before the right before the traps, Kevin eating macaroni and cheese with a fork and knife.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck? Why?
I remember the first time that I think the first time that we watched that, we're just like, what the fuck? Like, we pointed that, I'm like, yeah, why do you need the knife? And you're just like,
Why do you
why
need
do
the
you need
fork?
the fork? And I was like, wait, you don't eat mac and cheese with a fork? Because I eat mac and cheese with a fork,
Yeah, I
which
eat
is
mine
apparently weird.
with
I
spoon.
mean, I eat it with a spoon sometimes too, but like I like to do. Well, you don't like to put the noodles on the fork, like I'm like you can't do that with a spoon. So
Yeah. Well, you can, but only one time. Let
yeah,
it break, and then you get sad.
yeah.
um. Well, the moment you said that made me laugh really hard because I was like, yeah, that makes sense. That's the only reason why. Because you can't get a good scoop with a fork for some reason.
If the mac and cheese is solid enough, it's better to eat it with a fork. But if it's like,
Well, yeah, because you can
kind of
actually
like
stab
it's
into it.
wetter, then a spoon's
Wetter.
fine.
Yeah, because you probably want to stab into it. You can get little
Yeah.
clumps that way. Mac and cheese clumps. But, yeah, it's little things like that that are really funny. Let's not forget when, they're threatening Kevin, they put him on the little rack, and he's like, I'm gonna bite his little fingers, and then he actually did it in one take.
And he actually bit his finger, yeah.
He sells the scar, right?
Yeah, yeah, he did say that.
Jesus. uh, good movie overall. Home Alone 1 gets an A
Good
plus
movie.
out of
10 out of
10.
10.
10 out of 10. A plus out of 10. Uh, Home Alone 2.
Home
Lost,
Alone 2
Lost in the Funny.
in 1992.
92. See, even the year knew it was a sequel because it was 92.
Yes.
Alright, let's address the elephant in the room. Age.
Okay, so we've been
Kevin's
racking our
age.
brains with this. Like, we can't figure out how this is possible. How is it that only 1 year has passed, like in the movie universe, and yet
He's 10.
Kevin is 10 when he was 8 in the first movie? How is that possible? Please, mathematicians, tell us.
Mathematize for us in the comments. um, I'm under the personal belief that Kevin was 8 going on 9, and then in the second movie he was like 9 going on 10, and then he's 10.
Yeah.
However, it's Christmas. Is it explicitly Christmas Eve in both movies?
Um, it's like It's like the week leading up to Christmas, I always thought in like both of them.
So it's not
Because I don't know
actually
how many,
Christmas yet.
how many, no, because it's like, it's definitely Christmas by the end of both movies. But I
Is
don't
it?
know how many days like lead up to it.
Because in the first one, Kevin, I'm thinking of like when the cop goes to the. We didn't even mention that the cop going to the fucking house and then not like introducing himself as a cop. Knocking on the door, going police. He just
Yeah.
knocks and goes, okay, there's no one here, and the
Not that he
lights are
trusts
on.
police at this point because of Harry, but like still, like
True.
you still announce yourself. If like a cop is at your door, like the cop, announce yourself, please.
Yeah. Um. So I mean, if that's the case, because some of these films, these first two, they kind of take place over a couple days. But you would think that they would have made it a thing to be like, oh, by the way, it's like Kevin's birthday was like a couple days ago or whatever, or was some time ago. Like, when was his birthday?
Yeah.
what is his canonical birthday? But I think that's what the theory would have to be, was that he was about to turn 9, so his birthday was about to come up, and then in like 2,
Also, it
it
may
already
have
happened.
to do with the fact that the movies came out 2 years apart. So like that may have caused a mix-up.
Probably. I mean, yeah. I guess so. But then why not say 2 years ago? Why not just make it a 2 year time gap? Why'd it have to be
Yeah,
the next
why not
year?
just make it 2 years in that case? Like it was like, oh, this happened last year. Why can't you just say 2 years ago?
And they even flip between saying last year and last time. You could have just said last time and not said last year.
Yeah.
It's already a conundrum. There's already blah blah blah. This movie. Some people don't like Home Alone 2, and I'm like, how the fuck do you
Yeah,
not
because they're
like
just
Home Alone
like
2?
it's just a rehash. Yeah, but like that who
And
cares?
then 4 sequels happened after that. What do you mean this one's the rehash? Okay, having the same cast and everything, and then having similar beats. I mean, yes, I understand perfectly how people could go, and that's a valid argument. It's a rehash. But that doesn't make the movie bad, in my opinion. I still think. Is it. For it being. I still think it's a classic. Is it as classic as the first one? Probably not, because the first one
Probably not,
was
but
the first one.
but it's still it's my favorite one. I'm gonna say it. I like Home Alone 2 more, and it's always been my favorite one.
Yeah. No, I mean, because at that point. Not to say that I mean, it's kind of where it started to. The inklings of it becoming a formula kind of started there. Um, because even the sequels would dip into some of these jokes later on. But, like, from doing the thing where they. Between these first two, there were some running gags, like having, some kind of Grinch representation in there somewhere, having Angels with Filthy Souls being represented somehow. It even got a sequel in universe. It had a sequel in universe. Uh, Things like that, tricking some dumb adult or group of adults with the movie and with stuff like that. With recordings of stuff that Kevin can somehow really fast, very quickly, like pause and fast forward and rewind in between to get the right. What if he cut a line off? What if he didn't
Yeah.
rewind enough or fast forward enough and cut a line off?
Yeah, like that people it's like how do you do that so precisely?
um, but it felt bigger in a way. I mean, yes, because he's now like in a city. He's in a completely different city than his family. So it's like the whole of New York is like his jungle gym instead of just his house. So it felt bigger in that sense. But I think this is where like it still tries to very much movie trying to be a movie, but there's a lot more slapstick. They lean a lot more into the comedy. They lean a lot more into it being a family film and like really meaning like even the kids will laugh at look, the old lady fell down because all the kids fell down. It's slapstick
Yeah.
at the beginning
Like
of the
it
film.
starts immediately. Yeah.
Yeah. Um. So I mean, bits like that make it very silly and make it like, okay, I see why people would prefer the first one because not that it played stuff too serious and not for comedy, but like it still felt very natural, and this one felt like it leaned more into something, which the first one just let itself be, and the second one really tries to kind of like lean into it's funny, kind
Yeah.
of, but that doesn't mean
I'm
it's
shitting.
bad.
I'm shitting. I'm a pigeon and I'm shitting.
Our favorite thing to do with the pigeons, every time the pigeon lady comes on screen, all the pigeons around her, we look at their reactions to just being animals that are being filmed, and just seeing like how they are we sure none of them actually take a shit on camera? I don't think so, but
I don't think on camera, but like I'm sure they were doing that like the whole time.
and so because they're pigeons, our whole thing is like, what are they thinking in this moment while being filmed? I'm a pigeon, pigeon. I'm a pigeon. I'm a pigeon. I'm shitting.
I'm shitting. I'm hungry. I'm shitting.
I'm hungry. I'm hungry. She's feeding us. She's feeding us. Okay, I'm shitting.
That's like what goes through the mind of a freaking pigeon. Especially when Harry's like slapping him. It just didn't move. That one just didn't move. It didn't budge. It was
Ow,
just
I'm
like,
shitting. I'm shitting. Hit me harder,
what are
daddy.
you
I like
doing?
it.
What are
I
you
like
doing?
it. Hit me harder. I like
Stop.
it. Ow, I'm shitting.
Hit me harder. It's like that bitch just stood there and like took it.
Oh god. Oh, it's so funny. They made Marv a lot stupider, and I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know why that was a decision that was made. He was like dopey in the first one, but he wasn't like outright stupid. But the sticky bandits, which no one should ever say.
And no one should ever say, we're the sticky bandits. No. I don't want to be.
Don't force this upon me, Marv. How does no one feel the shit he's taking from them? He takes like at one point they're discussing in the aforementioned pigeon hitting scene. They're all discussing what place they're gonna hit up to burgle, and he's like ripping like fucking beanies and like earmuffs off people and like a whole ass mitten set.
Yeah.
It's like how
I
the
don't
fuck are
feel that.
how do these people not know they're being swindled right there live? Oh boy.
Yeah.
Uh,
So, this movie has Tim Curry in it,
yes,
which automatically I think
makes
makes
it great.
it better.
Have a lovely day, which is my favorite line from him. I think in anything ever.
Yeah. He just becomes aggressively British. More so than he already is.
I like when he's crawling on the ground and he's just not using his legs at all.
Yeah.
It's like why is he doing that? Even Rob Schneider is very funny in the movie for what little his
Yeah.
role is. So there are two more elephants in the room. Which one should we go over first? Should we go over because both of them are kind of collar tuggers. Do we talk about where Kevin stands atop, or should we talk about whose place they filmed in?
For the sake of shutting up, I think we should shut up. So,
Okay, cool.
um,
It's a
okay, I'm
1990s
going
movie.
to
Let's just say that.
yes, I'm going to say yes. This is a 90s movie that was filmed in New York. There are things there that are not there now.
There are things there. Kevin stands atop, and it's a good shot.
Yes,
a
it
nice
is.
a nice helicopter shot. Oh, you know what? Shit.
What? Shut the fuck up.
That's what they do. They
I
use
know.
helicopters to film aerial shots. God damn it. I'm ripping the bandit off. He was on the Twin Towers. Kevin
Yes,
was looking off the Twin Towers.
that's
and
where
then,
he stands.
And then the
And then
Plaza
also when he
Hotel.
goes into the hotel,
Mr. Funnyman's
a-
there.
a certain political figure is there. That's all we'll say.
Obama. And he says, go that way. And then he walks away. He walks away after that. Oh, he says, I want to breathe.
I'm gonna fucking break.
he should not be saying that to a child. Oh fuck. Um, that's where I heard. I forget where I heard it, but I swear that they used Trump Tower to film the insides of the Plaza Hotel. But you said you like.
Maybe?
But you said you saw the place, right?
Yeah.
Like IRL, for real, for real.
Yeah, I mean, well, I've been in New York, so I've seen it.
I thought you were really little though, or
What?
were you not?
No.
When was this? Because I don't think you specified when that was.
No, the first time I went to New York, I was God, when was it? It was 2014.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, the I mean, the only two times I've been there, like I was already an adult.
You said take me to where Kevin got his pizza.
Pretty much. I asked the no, because I asked people. I was like, "Where's the Plaza Hotel?" You know, the one from Home Alone 2, and they're just like, and they actually pointed at a real hotel. They're just like, "Well, it's not called the Plaza, but like there it is." But you know, they just directed me to an actual hotel.
And when she said that to me as we were watching Home Alone 2, I was like, maybe that was for the exterior shots. I don't know
Maybe,
though,
yeah. I mean, it's true. Yeah, maybe.
because from the trivia that I saw, Trump was like, let me cameo in the movie, and then yeah, you can film me here, or however that went down. But that's the only reason why he's there. It's funny though. But yeah, that happened. This is a 1990s movie. uh, let me see. The tip. Would you like to get gum as a tip?
No.
How about a chewed up piece of gum? Right in
No,
your
that's
right in your
disgusting.
open hand.
No.
It's nasty. Oh, it's a funny running joke.
It's nasty.
Okay, if you had let's do this. If you had that room, that hotel room all to yourself, what would be the first thing you do? If that
Um,
was the hotel room that we stayed in
oh
when I go visit,
man.
what would be the first thing you'd want to do?
I don't know. I don't know, 'cause like it's big and it's nice. I don't know. Turn on that fucking TV.
And then we go, howdy do. This
Howdy do.
this is Miharu, the fox.
The fox.
The
The father. Like,
I fucking love
why
that.
is that a thing? Like, it's like nobody sounds like that. That's just like that is a voice slowed down. Like,
It's a child's voice, ma'am. How do you not know that? You got
you got it.
it. It's so good. Uh, do you think old lady what's her name is as good as old man Marley? Does she have a name? I can't
She
remember.
doesn't actually have a name.
That's so weird.
She's
Pigeon Irish
just
pigeon lady.
yeah, she's just Pigeon Lady. I love her accent.
She goes, "How is
So
it?"
I do think she's just as good because like I just love listening to her speak.
Yeah. She was in love with a man, and then she became homeless. And that's what happens.
Yes, that's what happens.
If you break up with someone, you become homeless. But and then you fall in love with the birds. You say, "Bird, I must go make love to bird."
Yes, and then kids look at you and they go, "Sick." They run away.
And it's cool.
And it's cool, I guess.
Okay, let's talk about that for a minute. So,
Yeah, let's talk about that because like
okay,
I had a moment where I was like, "Huh, I never thought about it that way."
so we had this moment, and we hadn't seen the movie yet. We were talking about it though, and in some way in the conversation, somehow, it came up that how Kevin has that reaction to her when he first sees her. I took that. I always took that. Him going sick and then running to be funny in the sense that it's giving you this subversion of expectation because when we did this song and dance in the first one with Old Man Marley, he's like, I'm not afraid anymore. And then he shows up. First thing after the crescendo of the music, Kevin screams and runs back into the house. And here, the music crescendos, and she does her epic turnaround to be like, "Whoa, she's kind of spooky, I guess." And he just goes, "Sick," and then he runs, doesn't
Yeah.
scream, and that's funny to me. But in him saying "sick," I took him saying that to be like, "Oh, that's cool," but I'm still scared, and he still runs off. So you get the same payoff, but the delivery and the expectation of how his initial reaction is going to be, is what's the peak part of the comedy because it's different. He thinks it's cool and then he runs away instead of thinking it's
Yeah.
scary and runs away.
So you took it to mean like the sick, as in like, yeah,
Cool.
cool, like the
Yeah.
cool kind of sick.
Yeah.
I literally took it like because of the horrified kind of expression on his face. I took it to mean sickening.
Sickening. Yeah. Disgusting or something.
Yeah.
But that's also mean.
So
I
I
don't know.
don't and I was like that's mean. That's really rude. And you're just like, "Oh, but he was saying sick like it's cool." And I'm like, "Wait, that's what he was supposed to mean?" So like I don't
I'm a boy. I'm thinking 10-year-old boy mentality. He would think that a lady with a bunch of pigeons around her, like on her and on top of her head and her shoulders and everything, that would look cool. It'd be creepy as a small child, and she doesn't say anything to you, but it looks kind of cool.
Yeah, I guess, but then like you get later when, she slowly approaches him and he actually does scream. So
He
like
was
he
also
doesn't think
his
it's
leg
cool
was
then.
his leg was because his leg he couldn't run. His leg was trapped
Yeah.
in the rock. That was probably why he screamed because he couldn't
Yeah.
escape. Although I think he screamed then realized he was stuck. I can't remember.
I
I think
I'm
that's what happened.
pretty sure yeah, I'm pretty sure he did scream first.
I digress, though. I still that's still a funny reaction to have.
I know. Sick. Like
I still think it's him saying "cool."
I mean, I guess like I'm and then I was like, well, when did that slang start,
Oh
catching
God!
on? I'm
See,
sure it was in
and
the
then
90s. I'm sure people did say that in the 90s and before, but
Aaron has to make sure the logic checks out to see if
yeah,
I'm
I
right or
know, but
not.
like it's just like I don't know because he's never actually said like oh sick like he didn't strike me as that type of character like so
Well, that
I
makes it
don't
even
know.
funnier because him saying it and using kind of the kid lingo like one time only is really funny because he tries to act
Yeah,
so adult most of the other time, the rest of the time.
yeah,
So for him to slip into like, oh, that's kind of cool actually, but oh shit, like it's funny. Let us know all these little interpretations we're having and things like let us know whose side y'all's are on and why it's going to inevitably be Aaron. But what else is there to say? Like, I don't know. There's something about the second one that's just so like it's similar but it's different, and I think the bigness of it. I mean, there's also plenty of other things about that film you can't really. I don't, even as a joke, I don't think you can do nowadays. Like Kevin pinching the woman's butt and making it seem
yeah,
like it was well she recognizes Marv because of their prior encounter. Decks him in the
yeah.
face again. Then Kevin blaming it on Harry.
He did it.
But still, I wonder if that was actually Macaulay Culkin's hand. Probably not.
Yeah,
I would hope not. I'd hope that'd be like an adult stunt double that did it.
an adult stunt double. Yeah, like it makes it better that that anyone pitched her butt.
Because they're actors and it's funny.
I know.
But like, hopefully it's the same stunt double for Kevin from the first movie where he launched himself out the freaking door at the angle that makes no sense because he would have ran right into the
Yeah.
wall. But yeah, this movie has weird little moments like that. But I still think it's funny.
Yeah. Oh, actually, and before we get into the traps, I want to talk about the insane edited version that I've seen on TV that
Yes, we
doesn't
forgot about
exist
that.
anymore, apparently, because I can't find it anywhere.
Lost freaking
But
media.
yeah, the Lost. I'm sure if you like watch this movie like around this time of year when it airs on TV on whatever channels, um, like maybe if it shows on like Disney Channel or something like that. I'm
Yeah.
sure that this is the version that they show. But so this edited version of the movie is like it is the most insane thing I've ever seen because like the edits that they choose to put in this are the stupidest thing ever. And my favorite one, the one that I quote all the time, is when when Marv goes, "Suck brick, kid," but in this edit he goes, "Kid," and then he just throws the brick. It's like they cut out "suck brick." It just says "kid," and it's the funniest thing.
Little insults like that. I remember. See, now I can't recall if it was a singular word dubbed or if they just did a whole different take. But I do know in the first movie because I've ever since seeing it first on TV.
Oh,
Um,
are you gonna talk about the like if you were growing on my butt?
well, there's that. That one I don't remember. The one I do remember seeing on TV directly was your big horse's butt instead
Horse's
of
butt? Yeah,
instead of
yeah.
horse's
They've done
ass.
that too.
uh, yeah, that one was edited. Um, I mean, I think suck brick was taken out because it sounds too much like suck dick, I guess. And you definitely don't want to follow that up with kid. You definitely don't want to do
Stop.
that. but, or maybe it just sounded too harsh, even without the suck in there. Like, you might
Oh,
as well just say, I'm going to throw a
you know,
brick at you,
you know
kid.
the one of the one of the worst parts of like of that cut version as well is like they never show Harry's gun. They always cut around the gun. And at the end there when he's like taking it out and he's like they got Kevin and he's like showing the gun to him and he's just
Yeah.
like I'm gonna fucking shoot you or whatever. So they cut around that so that all you hear it's got like Marv looking up at all the pigeons and you got like the shots of the
Oh.
birds and stuff and they just show that but it still has Harry going like shut up, I want to enjoy this, but you can't see what's happening.
Oh my god.
And it's like that makes it way worse.
So did they have to cut all the instances where Marvel's like, shoot her? He's like, I'm trying to shoot her. Like,
I
did they have to
I
cut that
think
out?
so. Like it's so weird because I'm pretty sure they didn't cut that.
That's
Or did they? I don't remember that. All I remember is that they yeah, they cut out the gun like when they have Kevin.
the
Like that's all
four
I remember.
kids,
And like
the
the
four kids
weird
edition.
yeah, and the weird shots of the birds and he's just saying like he's just saying I want to enjoy this, but you can't see what's happening, which makes it sound way worse than it actually is. And it's pretty bad to begin with.
Oh man, yeah, I know. Trying to think of any other moments. Let's just go into favorite traps. Home Alone 2.
Favorite traps, let's see. So okay, well, what's your favorite? Your favorite first.
Well, now that I'm a grown boy, the electrocuting Marv is really funny. But as a
Yeah,
kid, I was horrified for how like sudden it was.
yeah,
Uh,
that's definitely one of my favorites as well.
I'm trying to think. Well, I think it's so funny. Again, even the way some of the slapstick is like delivered, like is performed or initiated, like it doesn't make some of the when you again think of it like logically or whatever, doesn't make any sense when like Marv is like tripping all over like the slipping on the stuff that he put down on the floor. Why does it all of a sudden pull him? He gets
Yeah,
pulled
that's weird.
because they want this cartoony thing of he's like sliding because again like a Tom and Jerry skit or something right into the paint cans, but like he gets pulled. He hits he slips, falls, hits the ground, and then gets pulled and dragged along by nothing, by momentum, I guess, gravity.
Yeah.
um, they get fucked up a lot
So
more in this one for sure.
yeah, they absolutely do. So my favorite, it just makes me laugh every time, is like going off of my favorite of the first one, which is the blowtorch.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
the gasoline in the toilet.
Yeah.
The explosion trap. That one's just like it's just like what the fuck?
I remember the previews for the movie, and at the very end, it shows Harry, turning on the lights and how he like winces every time, like he kind of reels back every time he turns a light on because he's trying to remember last time, and the way they cut that in the trailer, he pulls the one switch, kind of reels, and then it just explodes.
Huh.
It cuts to the explosion, and I was like, wait a minute. It's like watching the actual movie, like that's not how it happened.
That's not how it happened. That's a trailer edit.
I know that as a small child. um, it's funny because again, leaning more to the comedy and into the slapstick, how we have these very like cartoony moments in this one, that weren't super cartoony in the first one because the electrocution bit just speaks for itself. Even like, why would I guess how else would you do this when Harry flips himself over to dunk his head? Why do you have to go so extra for that?
Yeah. It's like why can't you just like you can just get on your knees and like your freaking
Try,
head in the toilet.
although I guess props to the stunt guy for doing it because I
Yeah.
mean I think his head was really on fire. It's crazy. There's no way that fire was CGI. It looked way too real. It even had like even when he's I think even on having like of course it being a beanie, there's protective stuff inside, but like it's real. But even like when they're showing him fiddling with the sink and like it doesn't work, like the lighting is like flickering of the flame, so like it's definitely real. It's there, and I think it's really funny. It just adds to the fact like it doesn't look fake. Which again is
Yeah.
kind of potent, just considering like again the traps and such from the movies we'll be talking about, coming up. But what's the other one? I, don't know, I guess when they're climbing on the rope and they can smell the kerosene off it, and then Kevin lights it. That was also in the trailer. But it's a whole ass setup because they're climbing down, then they try to climb back up. The flame hits them, and it starts burning them. So they let go, fall, hit the fucking planks of wood, send all that crap in those buckets up in the air. They fall on each other. All the stuff comes back and rains all over them, and they're all muddy and gross and shit. And it's like, oh my god, which was also in the trailer.
Yeah.
So they get fucked up in this one.
I also like the tool chest. That
That
was the
was
sound of a tool chest falling
down
down the
the stairs.
stairs. Crack.
Cracking their nose. Oh, we can't forget. Wow, what a
What a
hole!
hole.
I've made on this channel. I've made numerous edits and references to that. My favorite fucking line of Marv's in the entire movie, next to "Suck Brick Kid," of course.
Yeah.
Uh, I remember actually, upon a couple different rewatches, like counting how many bricks the fucking face he gets. It's like fucking what, 4, 5 bricks to the face? Like you'd be like, you'd have all the Dane Bramage.
Yeah. Dame Bramage.
You would not be,
Brame Yum Leia.
you would not be conscious at that point. It's fucking insane. Those I have to watch those videos because they always get recommended to me every time I like rewatch like funny Home Alone traps. How it's like, oh, Home Alone 1 or 2 or even like some of the other ones, but with health bars
Yeah.
to see like how they would have, or like such and such doctor person reacts to all the injuries and how what that would like realistically like result in
Yeah. I'm pretty
death.
sure I've seen one of those where it's like they like analyze all the injuries and they're just like, yeah, you'd be dead.
Yeah.
And if you think that was bad, it gets worse in the next one.
In the next one, uh, I apologize if you can hear my cat meowing in the background. She is very hormonal. Home Alone 3.
Home Alone 3. I don't remember the year. What was the year?
The year 1997.
97. Okay. I was going to say 98, but I didn't want to be wrong. So 97. 1997.
5 years later, they continued the Home Alones, and they decided, "Ayo, this one's going to be way fucking different." Uh, so instead of Kevin, we have Alex.
Yes. It is a different kid, different family.
Yeah. Are they still in
Um,
Chicago? I can't remember.
they are in Chicago, yes.
Okay. That was the one thing I'm like, I think there's at least one similarity to the previous two. They're in the same location somewhat.
Yeah.
Wait. Don't they say that? Don't they name drop the McAllisters as living like close to them or some shit?
I don't think so. Like I said, I
Mm,
just watched it and like I
okay.
don't remember them saying that name. They
Or
say a
maybe
name that I think sounds like it.
maybe it was like a theory that people had, like, oh, do they live on the same block as Kevin? uh, Although, wait, the house that they live in isn't really the same though, right? Like type of
No.
house. Okay. Uh, isn't Scarlett Johansson in this one as like the sister?
She is, yes.
That's for some reason I remember that. So I forgot that she was like a child actress or
Yeah.
whatever. Um, well, let's see. I'm trying to remember all that happens in the third one. When I was doing my kind of mini binge of stuff to remember things from these movies, I kind of glossed over three because I thought I knew enough. The fucking parrot's funny. I don't know. I forget his name.
Yeah, so I was when I was watching, I was like, that bird is scary because it's not just mimicking. That
It's
bird is
just saying
speaking
shit.
its own thoughts. Like
I'm funny.
I'm like, I don't want that. Like, and then I started thinking of Apollo. I was like, it's a bug. Why?
Apollo.
Bug.
Oreo.
Oreo. Purple.
Oh god. He's funny. He helps. The pets help defend the house.
The pets do help.
I do remember the little hamster. Was she a hamster or a guinea pig?
She's a
Doris?
rat.
No,
Doris. Doris
rat.
is a rat.
Rats along her rats.
Yeah.
She has her little bag or her little thingy that she chills in.
Yeah. And she goes in the guy's crotch.
I forgot about that. Jesus Christ.
I think we'll get to that later because that's probably one of my favorite
Yeah.
things.
They had another like Harry and or Marvin the Spider moment.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because they go like, "Don't move." It's like what, and then boom, yeah,
Yeah.
something like
It's
that.
like,
Yeah,
don't move, but it's way worse.
it's way arguably yes, it is way worse. Uh, well, a crowbar to the fucking chest is because that's iron.
I mean, yeah, that's like
It was a
that.
baseball bat,
That's
right?
like,
Or
think so?
was it a
I don't
baseball
know
bat or
what
like
it
a golf
was.
club to the dick in three?
Oh, it was something. I don't remember what she was holding. Must have been some kind of bat.
Yeah, something. Yeah, no matter what it is, as a guy, you don't want to get hit there, just in general.
Yeah.
um, this
Well, yeah,
one gets
crowbar like that's broken ribs. Like,
true, true. This one tries to get all fucking fancy and shit, and these guys are like, what? Like some spy intelligence something shit. Like, what are these guys?
yeah, trying to get plans for a like missile or something.
Some espionage bullshit with like a little microchip that was put in an RC car.
Yeah.
Already a weird, complicated setup, but it gets mixed up. And what was it? I think old lady neighbor takes the one with the chip in it, and
Yeah,
then I think
Mrs.
she
S.
yeah, and she gives it to Alex as like a little present for like doing what like the
For like child labor.
child labor.
Like, because you freaking just like you were supposed to deal with the snow promptly, and then it's like butts are for ashtrays. It's just like one thing is child labor. Why are you speaking to this child like this? Like, what the hell
Child
is going
labor.
on?
That's very funny. Well, was there like an agreement? Like, hi, I'm here to do the shit for
Yeah, I
you, and
mean,
then pay me.
maybe it was more like oh yeah, just do some chores for do some chores for the lady across the street, and she'll pay you for it. But
Yeah.
it's like, but she's like super mean to him for no reason.
And then oh yeah, doesn't he gets chicken pox, right?
Yes, and then he comes home and he realizes that he has chicken pox.
They make
Um,
there's a small running joke, it doesn't go anywhere, but like where they go, was it Alex smashed the toilet on his thing again?
yeah, and the bird goes bullseye.
The bird. We can't remember his name.
I
The
don't know
bird.
if does the parrot have a name?
He might. Is he in the credits? Yeah,
I don't know.
someone voiced
I
him.
didn't look.
It just says bird.
And I like how these the burglars, as we're just gonna call them,
The
they
burglars,
have
yeah.
some like crazy foreign names that I can't remember. Um,
That's true. They're really weird names. There's
and
there's guy who
there,
looks
there's
like
there's a
Ross.
lady with them this time.
There's a lady.
So
There's a guy that looks like David Schwimmer.
yes,
There's long hairman.
long hair man.
There's burly boy with the like mop head like hair,
Yeah.
burly man, and then there's girl.
Yes.
Everyone's favorite villains.
So like, and they don't know who has the car with the chip in it. So like they're going around and um checking all these houses during the day when no one's home. And uh so they want to like blend in and make sure that no one notices that they're
Oh,
doing that. So like they take a dog from someone's yard.
to
They
walk the
just like
dog.
dog nap this freaking dog, and the dog's like super hype about it. It's just like, yeah, we're going on a car ride, like
I
it's
forgot
like
all about
super
that.
happy to just like be going on walks and stuff. It's just like I don't even care that like you're dog napping me. You're not my owners. Don't care.
It's whatever.
It's like so trusting, which is
um,
why I love dogs. But like that's scary.
I know curiosity killed the cat, but friendliness kidnapped the dog.
Yeah.
Doesn't she have like a fake stroller with not a baby in it?
Yeah, she's got like a face roll and she just starts like sprinting with it and just like like
Yeah. Isn't there like a whole, I'm trying to remember. There's like a whole. Well, the dog gets his time to shine, because doesn't he like wrap the leash around her and then like takes her on a road trip of her own,
yeah. So like
like through a bunch of
so
bushes and shit.
so like Alex uses he
RC
uses a
car.
dog whistle.
Oh, that's what it was.
Yeah, and only the dog can hear it. So he's like looking out the window and he's like blowing the whistle and the dog goes like "Ruff, ruff," and like kind of going like every which way and he's like silently like wrapping the leash around you know around the bad girl and
That girl.
and then it's just like I don't think this is working and then suddenly it's just like he blows the whistle again goes running and is like oh so funny.
I remember not knowing what a dog whistle was, and that was my first introduction. Home Alone 3. I was like, why is it not making any noise?
Yes, frequencies only dogs can hear.
Why can the dog react to it, but I have no idea what's happening? It's really it has like it's a weird little ring to it. It's not really like a whistle. I was just really confused by it. It's like what the
Yeah.
heck. Um, but let me see. I'm trying to think of anything else for like setup. Uh, Not really. Is there anything you can remember
I don't
besides
know. There's another
pre-slapstick?
dog I think that they go into a house and they're just like and like the because the cops the cops are called like twice and they're just like they're like freeze and the dog freezes.
Oh, yeah, that's
And so
right.
there's another dog that does that. That's a cute dog.
That was a brown dog, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I do remember
I
that
think
scene.
both of the dogs are brown, but like there's and they're both adorable, but like that second one that freezes is really cute.
Yeah, I forgot he does actually call the cops, and they don't believe him because they keep getting out before Sorry. Anything can be like
Yeah.
spotted.
Yeah, because like, because this kid's smart, right? Like he knows that like, hey, like I recognize the dog, but I don't recognize these people. These people are like going into these houses and stuff.
Yeah.
So he's, calls cops, yeah. And then they're just like false alarms are no joke, kid.
Yeah,
And
the
no one
adults
believes
are the
him.
dumb ones. Yeah.
And then
I
he
hate those
and then
setups.
he makes this remark about like, I guess you have to be 35 before anyone listens to you, right? And I was just like, yeah, it's true. I'm not 35 yet. No one listens to me.
But we're close. Oh man. Uh okay, so were they remodeling this whole time in the house as well? Because I'm trying to remember. They kind of do a Home Alone 2 thing where a dude, one of them falls through like a bunch of shit that was like under construction. Was that the.
Yeah.
Were they going under construction?
I don't know if it was like construction or maybe like
Or did he just
I
like remove planks or something?
I think he removed planks because there were a lot of like really elaborate traps.
Yes. It's like a
Like
Rube Goldberg machine of traps in this one.
yeah, like it's so weird because like, the bad guys are like they're falling through the floors, like the
Yeah.
floorboards on the porch and stuff. It's like
Yeah.
what the hell's going on?
In the second movie, it made sense because he goes to they specifically again they set it up. They specifically mentioned that the uncle whoever Rob or something their house they went away for holidays and stuff, but their house was going under renovations. So for him to do Operation Ho 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 there, um, working around that stuff, the holes in the floors and stuff, and going between floors literally and stuff like that, um, made sense for this one. Like he like legitimately like alters the house for it to be like a fucking Rube Goldberg mission, like I said earlier,
Yeah,
of just a bunch
because
of
they
stuff.
they establish at the beginning that like he basically invents stuff because he has that little like thing that he uses to feed his fish.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. That's right.
So that's why he does all that. And it's like there's this super like like I said, the super elaborate trap with the um with the weight. I think it's like
Yeah,
above the door and they
yeah.
get fooled. That's actually pretty funny. Where they like
Uh,
they get fooled. He's just like it's like here, let me have you looked above this? And he like tries to say that, like I've got this, don't worry. He's like stand back and he cuts the wire. Um But then nothing happens. It's just like, oh, well, he's not as smart as we thought he was. And then this freaking trunk, like full of books, like crashes through the window.
yeah,
And stuff.
yeah. That one was really funny. Also, both of them, Long Hairman and Ross, I'll just call him. Does he know David Schwimmer? Am I being weird?
I mean, I
Kind of.
kinda like I kinda know what you mean. Yeah,
I don't know how else to describe him. He always reminded me of David Schwimmer, just without the long head. Like David Schwimmer's head's kind of long, but his is
yeah.
more round. But he has a similar facial structure, I guess. I don't know. I don't know these guys' names. It's whatever. But short hairman and long hairman, they both in separate. What the fuck suits are they all wearing? Because when they get electrocuted, they have like these little things that like get
Yeah, they're
electrified and
wearing like
pop and
they're
go
all
off.
wearing
And
like white suits.
but like so they're multi-layered. I get that, but then like they have these like weird accessory things that spark and pop, and it's like, what the fuck are those for? Like, what
Yeah, I
espionage
don't
shit did you
know.
bring to this operation that you're not
Yeah,
using?
like I don't know why you're wearing that. Like they're dressed pretty normally earlier, and then like now, like why are they dressed like this?
Like, I
Why are
never
they dressed
understood.
in white?
Yeah, I never understood that. But all the little espionage, I'm assuming they're little espionage like devices and like weird little things they've got on them that they don't again really use. So I don't know what those were. I don't know, but I did think they tried to do a funny again with like the hair going all boing and like they didn't do a
Yeah.
skeleton this time, but he was trying to be really funny because he was like
Like like all this yeah, like they start like, exploding, they're getting electrocuted, stuff is like sparking out their ass. Like what is happening?
That's true. It's really yeah. Oh god. Uh, everything related to girl, she like breaks her back and like pulls like her back goes out and shit.
She does like this weird flip. She starts doing gymnastics. Like
It's
she's just like,
true.
all
Yeah.
right, and then she gets a running start and she starts doing all these flips just to get up on the porch. And then like
She's
when
the
she
hot
does
one, you
that, she
see.
falls through the yeah, and then she like falls through the floor.
And, she, and then she falls to the floor. She no clips.
Yeah.
She falls in the mud. I remember that one.
Yep.
The Santa Claus vase falls on her.
Yeah. Gets stuck on her head.
Yeah. Uh, I like the slingshot one with the little smiley face. It just flap. It just hits him right in the face.
Yeah.
What
That's
is that?
that's sort of a callback to the first one where he goes like,
Yeah.
"Hi," like,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
"Damn."
Was that like glue? Like, what the fuck paste was that? Because it looked
Yeah,
really.
it must have
It's
been
like all up in
because,
his
like,
mouth and shit. It's like nasty. It's like
yeah,
ew.
it just looked like powder at first, but then like you see him and it's like all pasted on.
Yeah, it's like what the fuck? It has to be like glue or something, like some weird, gross white shit, and not that kind of white shit. Anyway, the lawnmower one was always really funny. So
Oh
how
my
dumb it
God.
is. It's another one of those. They didn't look up until it was too late. It sounds like it fucking kills him when it just like when it finally falls and you just hear him go ah, and you just see
Oh, I
like
know.
it sounds like it fucking murders him. Like it chops him
I
up.
know. I think when I was watching those videos about like um which they're going through all the traps and like which one has the most like deadly traps and stuff.
Yeah,
This one I think this one was probably the worst of all of them,
I wouldn't doubt it.
if I remember that correctly.
Not to say there weren't nut shots in like the first two, because at least in the second one there's a couple. And it's like ooh,
Yeah.
like Marv's fucking was that staple gun to the dick? Like ooh,
Yeah.
oh god, fuck no. The one lone wrench that hits Harry in the dick.
Yeah.
But no, here again, it's either like a baseball bat or a golf club. Like they smack a what was that? I think it was short haired man Ross. He gets hit in the dick if I remember right. I think he's the one that gets it, and then
Yeah.
bushy haired man gets fucking spray painted in the eyes, so he looks like a raccoon.
Yeah, that's awful.
He looks like a
Looks like a
raccoon.
raccoon.
And then he gets punched immediately in the dick with a boxing glove. Some cartoon Looney Tunes ass fucking trap.
Yeah, so the one where like yeah, she hits him in the dick, so he's got like so Doris like Alex releases Doris and she's like
Unleashes the
crawling up
rat.
his leg and stuff, and then yeah, the rat, and he's got like
A
there's this
hole.
like a hole in his like crotchal region,
Crotchal.
um
Well, because of the
like that's
explosion
just like
from the
hanging
electricity, I
there.
think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then she just kind of like makes her way into that hole, and she's just kind of sitting there, and then the
Like, hi.
girl yeah, turns around, she screams, and then she's like, don't move, don't move. And he's like, what? It's like, why aren't you telling him like there's a rat there? Like,
There's
it's
a
just
rat
like,
on your penis.
there's a
I'm
rat
going
there.
to hit it.
She's like, don't move, and then she's like smacks him right there,
And then he does the funny falsetto scream.
and he's like, oh.
Yeah, I'm glad you could do it. There's no way I was going to be able to go that high. It was so fucking funny. The last one was a little underwhelming. Like it's funny, but it's kind of underwhelming because
Yeah.
two of them get a well, girl gets fucking like what? She like tries to go through some little was it like a
She like falls down like a dumbwaiter or something.
yeah, I was gonna say was it a dumbwaiter? Like she just also I could have sworn I don't know if you heard it. I think the impact sound was the cartoony impact sound. I think they used it in Crash
Maybe.
because I recognized it when she hits the bottom and you just hear her go ow. So she gets stuck like that. Like when they pull her out of the house, she's all like mangled
Yeah,
up.
they're carrying him out because like
The two dudes.
the police come because okay, so actually this is something that I really like is so Alice, when he finds that chip inside the car, he's just like, oh shit, and then like because he says shit because he's a kid. And
Yeah.
then and so, he calls up the Air Force people, whatever.
Because he knows their
Um,
number.
yeah, because he knows their number. And then, it says just call, I'll give you the number and like call the right people. And so these people, these military people arrive or whatever, and then they go to the school where his siblings are. And
Yeah.
mom is there too, and they're just like, what, like, what's going on? And they're just like your like your son may have like discovered the secrets of a blah 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 blah. He says something that I do not remember. It's something like some North Korean organization, something. I don't know.
And
And
they're like,
they're
what?
just like, huh? And but at first, I like that at first he's just like, like I'm not at liberty to discuss it or something like that. I really like how Scarlett Johansson's sister is just like the it you're referring to is my little brother. I like how she sticks up for her little brother there.
Yeah.
And so they, I really like how they all come over. They're just like, oh my God, like what is going on? There's like carnage over here, right?
Yeah.
But Alex is safe, and they all have a nice reunion, and he's just telling the cops like, oh yeah, there's two guys in our pool and a lady in our basement. Like he just wrecked them.
Yeah, the pool one, like, it's funny, but I don't know, like, most of the last traps are, like, kind of memorable. Like, the last trap from the first one was what? Like, the last, like, real. It was probably. I'm trying to think. It might have been, like, that one. Because, okay, the very last thing he does is cut the rope and they hit the side of the house. But, like,
Yeah.
before that, it was, like, kind of the whole thing of, like, with the paint cans and stuff, and then the spider, the tarantula.
Yeah.
Uh, so in knowing that that was like kind of the beginning of like coming up to the end of this, insanity, it's memorable. And like for the second movie, what was the last trap of that one? Like,
The last trap, I believe, was like um probably them going like falling, like going down the rope and like falling.
yeah, oh yeah, yeah, because it's really elaborate.
Yeah.
Um, and so this one, it's like okay, so they jump out because he's outside, if I remember right,
Yeah.
and they're like, okay, trampoline, cool. And no, it's the pool, and it just gives way, and it's like ice cold water, so they start freezing to death.
Yeah. So it's like it's all like frozen over because of the snow and stuff. And like there's like a trampoline there.
I
And
mean,
but like it's just like and they just fall right through.
yeah. I mean, I guess since there's four of them, he is like technically trying to pick them off sort of one by one. I mean, he gets one, girl falling in dumbwaiter. There's two in the pool, and then Raccoon Man tries to run away, and then that's when the pets come and help save the day.
Yeah. He runs away because so he leaves his gun. He leaves his gun in the house. And Alex is like, "Oh boy." And he like, he throws it away like, not touching that. And so but he has like a fake like little toy
Oh
gun that
yeah,
he's like
yeah.
spray
He's
painted black. He spray painted it. And
Don't
so
do
he
that,
thought it
kids.
was,
Don't do that.
yeah, don't ever do that. It's a
Don't.
bad idea. And so um
I forgot
so
about
like
that.
yeah, so this the big bad, he picks up the gun, thinking that it's his real gun. And so I guess Alex is like, where's the chip? And he's like, it doesn't belong to you. And then it's like, all right. And so he like pulls the gun up to his face, and he's like, that doesn't belong to you either. That's
Yeah,
not your gun.
I do remember that. He does say that.
And he's
Yeah.
like, oh shit.
He's
Like,
all
and then
cocky about it.
it's
Yeah.
like, this is your gun. And he like pulls out another fake gun, but he's like, and he's like, oh no. And he like backs away,
Oh,
and he's like, ah, and then he runs away because he thinks he's gonna shoot him.
yeah.
It turns out it's like a bubble gun or something.
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah, those little bits I didn't remember until you said you jogged my memory.
Yeah. They try to murder Mrs. Hess. They try to murder an old lady.
But yeah, well, let me see. Yeah, first girl like ties her up in like what her garage.
Yeah, so they go
Yeah,
into
yeah.
her
Oh, because they open the
garage.
door. She leaves the door open so she like fucking freezes.
Yeah, and then she just leaves the door open so she'll like fucking freeze to death.
Jesus. Yeah, that happened. What was your favorite trap? I think you already said it.
Yeah, because we pretty much just talked about the traps.
Yeah.
Um, I'd say my favorite one, like if it's not like doors in the crotch, uh,
Funny scream.
funny scream. Um, I don't know, the the trunk is pretty funny. The trunk crashing through the window.
Yeah.
I like when some of them are just so like they're so out there and it makes no sense. Like when he's like he steps in the what does he step
Oh,
in those
yeah,
mega
yeah.
blocks like things and he's like
But it's like
skating
glue.
around.
It's like glue, I
Yeah, it's
think.
like
It doesn't look
glue and
like
it
glue. It looks weird.
hardens
Yeah.
and then he's just like skating around in these big mega blocks tubs.
I was. That is elaborate as fuck. That's all nasty because
Yeah.
I forgot about that entirely. You know what? No, I had it in my head before we started recording, and yeah, now I'm glad we're mentioning it now. Uh, because again, it's them trying to keep the cartoony nature, and it also helps if I awkwardly you hear me click back onto here that John Hughes again there he is. He produced three. He wasn't a
Yes.
screenwriter, or actually no, he was a screenwriter. Okay, so it's definitely John Hughes that does it, that does the cartoon stuff, because that entire moment was like the most cartoony it ever gets. Because he's yeah, that's more not like glue, but it's like I don't know what kind of crap that is that's in those that he puts his feet in, gets stuck in them. Yeah, he's skating around. Uh, Tries to go into like the little basement area or whatever, hits this fucking like little block that Alex puts in. He does like a weird like flip and then goes down the stairs. He's like like
Oh,
that,
that's right. He does the flip.
and then and then he hits like what like the washing machine and like his hand off camera gets caught in a fucking mousetrap. He loses his balance. He has his gun in his hand in his other hand. He loses his balance, falls on his ass, and then like out of like the just force of that, he just fires one shot into their like piping, and then a bunch of like fecal matter just seeps onto him,
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
and it's
that's
nasty.
disgusting.
It's nasty. It's like what the fuck? How did all of that happen? Logically, in that moment, like what is
It looked
going
like
on here?
chocolate.
It looked like chocolate. It's disgusting.
Oh, Willy Wonka ass chocolate.
Oh no, don't say that. I liked Wonka bars when I was a kid.
Eh,
Oh boy, yeah, I totally forgot. Fucking Home Alone 3 is wild, man. I don't know. That's the only other
it's
one
it's a
I
wild movie.
think because we're about to get into the next one, but like Home Alone 3, I still think it's worth a watch. It's going to be a little different. Actually, it's going to be quite different. Um, it requires a little more kind of suspension of your belief just for the sake of like, okay, what is happening in this one? There's like fucking these weird like espionage guys and like what the fuck? But like other than that, it's still really funny. I think because it has that John Hughes touch still, which the other ones would
Yeah.
lose. Um, and now we get into this weird nebulous vortex of what the fuck is Home Alone 4?
Home Alone 4,
Taking back the house.
2000,
Two, I
which one?
think.
2002. Okay.
Yeah. Home Alone 4, aka Home Alone Taking Back the House. The last one I can truly recommend to any real capacity, but this is definitely when things were just like, we're just going off the rails. It's like, what the fuck is happening? It's the most 2000s movie, I'll say that much,
Yeah.
of all of these. Since it's the only one that was in 2000, but it definitely shows. Kevin's back!
Kevin's back and nothing makes any sense.
Kind of, yeah. Nothing makes sense. Okay. Is that what we start with? Do we? I remember one
Okay.
of our first Home Alone, like outside of talking about one and two, one of our first conversations was about exactly this. Like, where in the timeline does this take place? It can't. It actually can't.
It cannot. So Home Alone 4 um makes absolutely no sense. It fits nowhere in the Home Alone timeline because so this movie goes back to featuring the McAllisters. The main character is Kevin. However, it's not Macaulay Culkin, it's some other kid. And
Every returning character is recast.
every returning
All of
character is
them.
recast. These are not the characters we have come to know from the first two films.
Absolutely not.
So, remember how we said that in the first one, Kevin was 8. In the second one, he's 10. That's already raising some questions. However, in Home Alone 4, he is 9. So this takes place somewhere between Home Alone 1 and 2. And yet, his parents are divorced and his dad has a new girlfriend. Somebody explain this.
Oh, hey, he's not the only one with a new girlfriend.
And he's not the only one, because guess who's back? Marv.
Get
Just Marv and his new girlfriend, Vera.
in the bag, Vera. It's my favorite line. It's just so stupid.
I didn't even remember that.
Get in the bag,
Harry
Vera.
is nowhere in sight.
Nope. They reference Harry as if Marv broke up with him.
He broke up with his former lover.
Someone else also pointed out as I was looking at Home Alone stuff, specifically about 4, why is it's Marv? Well, quote unquote, it's Marv. Why is he dressed like Harry?
Yeah, it's like they wanted to bring back one of them, but like have two in one.
Yeah, it was like a weird homunculus. It's also French Stewart, who, God bless his soul, I don't know if he's truly funny in the other stuff that's more like cleverly written. But from every kids thing I've seen him in, he's not really that funny. He tries really hard to be funny in kids stuff.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking Inspector Gadget 2, where I showed you that recently, not too long
Oh
ago,
boy.
and ooh, you were like, that was a movie.
I think I lost brain cells during that.
Again, another guilty pleasure of mine, though. Those two films are so stupid. But French Stewart, so he's already like barely has any hair, so he looks more like Harry, but it's supposed to be Marv. Yeah, randomly has a girlfriend. Kevin looks younger than Macaulay Culkin. The dad looks younger. The mom is not Catherine O'Hara. O'Hara.
I think it's
O'Hara.
O'Hara.
Uh, no one. She looks younger as hell. Younger as hell.
Yeah.
Everyone's younger, but it's supposed to be 1 year older than from the first movie. None of it makes any sense. It's stupid. There's hands-off remote control
Yeah.
technology that exists in this
So
rich household.
yeah, so the premise
Yeah,
is that, Kevin's parents are divorced, and he's got to spend Christmas with like his dad's new girlfriend, and she is rich, and they were already rich, but like she is rich, rich. So like,
rich.
so he has, spend Christmas at this, this fancy house with all this cool technology.
Like 15 fucking CRTs in one room,
Yeah,
and a butler
and
with Mr. Prescott.
so yeah, Prescott. Yes, I did remember his name.
Yeah,
Um,
he was funny.
Yeah, I did. Who was that actor? He's in a couple things.
He's in stuff. Oh, I can't remember his name. I gotta see. Let's look him up. But yeah, continue.
So yeah, so it's because he's in this big fancy house, with all this cool tech stuff. That makes for more elaborate traps.
And they're
So
really weird and make no sense. Not that the others did, but
They are really weird. So off the top of my head, I can't actually remember specific ones.
The bath. The bath.
The bath. I remember like there's a revolving door or
That
something.
was the last one. Yes.
That was the last one. Okay.
Uh, I'm trying. Sorry, I'm trying to find Mr. Prescott, or just Prescott, I guess. Eric Avari. That's who it was.
Okay. I don't remember the name, but I know he's been in some things.
Yes. Also, this was the first movie where I saw Missy Pyle as getting the bag, Vera. Uh, the other movie I'd see her in was Charlie and the Chocolate Factory
Oh.
as mom of Violet Beauregard.
Oh, you're right. Yeah.
um, okay, so what were we doing? I was looking up people. So something about what were we just talking about?
Um, so we were going through some of the traps,
Oh yeah. So okay. Oh jeez.
but I can't remember any of them because I didn't watch this one before we did this podcast. So
Yeah. So the revolving door one. Well, it was the yeah, it was like a secret little hatch or whatever, and he makes them. He makes that's the final trap. They spin around really fast because he says maximum speed sesame, and then
yeah,
they go
that's right.
flying into the chandelier, and then they fall. Also, there's a weird plot twist that's equally as stupid, which we'll get into in a minute. I don't know if you remember this, but I'll save it for a little later.
I
Uh,
think I might know.
there was the house, the party. Okay, so the whole thing, get in the back, Vera. That's because the reason why they're even there is because they want to like kidnap a prince and hold him for ransom, I guess, which is a huge step up in the criminal world from just burglarizing a house. They want to kidnap
I
fucking
didn't even
royalty.
remember that that was the premise.
They want to kidnap royalty. So they have this whole thing where they're gonna fucking nab him, put him in a bag, and then throw him out the window. So they test this. They're stupid. They test this, and so it goes get the bag, Vera, and he puts the hook that he puts the bag to, like it's like a little grappling hook, and he goes door open because you the whole point. Okay, the whole point of that too, we have to say, is they have
Yeah.
these remotes in the house, and it's voice activation. It's basically Alexa before Alexa, and
Yes.
but it can control like your fucking everything, your technology, your the doors and all the shit. You can literally say door open and it'll open the door for you. So he does that, and then he puts the hook out, and then it says door close. Then he pulls the rope, the little hook, to make sure it latches to the door, and then they're actively testing out their own little plan to make sure it works. And then as she's in the bag dangling off the fucking side, and he's like trying to like safely lower her to the floor outside from inside, uh, Kevin sees this and then has his own little remote. He opens the door, the grappling hook speeds off, grabs him right in the fucking asshole,
Oh God.
and with the weight of the bag, like it takes the it, he goes flying to the window, and then out the window. Like he hits the window and then goes out and they both fall. It's supposed to be funny.
Holy crap.
It's a whole elaborate thing that's just like, oh my god. But that it looks like it hurts. Um, but they're at the party too, okay, right? So like that's them doing the rehearsal for this kidnapping plan. So then the actual party happens. Um, and Kevin's over here thinking that like Prescott's in on it and that maybe I think even they try to frame the movie tries to frame the girlfriend like she's in on it, like she's part of this whole like them coming to the house or whatever. I think
Oh.
like she might have some weird like ulterior motives for doing this or that or whatever the case is. Um and she's just this haughty bitch really at the end of it. Like she's just this stuck up little like whatever. Um and that's haughty Haugty, not Hottie, although she is kind of attractive. But anyway.
Although she is a little attractive.
uh but so they he thinks Prescott's one of the like these in on it people, so he locks him in the fucking freezer, and then he gets frozen because when all this shit goes wrong at the party, because Kevin tries to, he sees Marv and Vera there, and they're pretending to be like cooks or whatever, like chefs or whatever the fuck, servers basically.
Yeah.
Um, and so he's trying to get the jump on them, and at some point slapstick bullshit ensues and comedy happens, and then they end up with like vats of like foodstuffs like all over them. And at one point too, all this commotion's happening outside at the party, like in the dinner, um, and all these like sculptures, like these ice sculptures are knocked over, and one of them is this big, chunky ice sculpture, and it's the fucking Prescott. He got frozen over, and it's supposed to be funny. um, and they're like, Kevin, you absolutely ruined the dinner. What's wrong with you? And he's like, Marv. He just tells the dad that it's Marv. I think he, at this point, because the whole point of 1 and 2, well, whole point rather, like 1 and 2, Kevin makes it a thing to be like, oh, like what were you doing this entire time you were alone? I just hung around. He doesn't tell them that these, he was the hero of this. Like, I fucking fucked up 2 burglars and got them sent to prison. He never tells them that all that crap happened. I think he just kind of tells them like, oh, it's Marv, like he's back or whatever, and it's like, what?
Yeah.
Okay, continuity for the win.
Yeah, it's like how would you know who these people are?
I also said earlier the bath. So there's another trap. Can you consider it a trap? It's slapstick. It's not really a trap. I think this is just straight slapstick territory. It's not like he set this up to happen. But they have this fancy ass bath, so you get into it and it closes behind you, and there's like 10 billion like little knobs or like little like hoses that can blast you at different like speeds and all that stuff. Um so it's not like one singular nozzle, like a fucking normal bath a tub would
Yeah.
have. It's this
Gotta
fancy
get
ass
blasted in the bath.
in the bath. So I forget what the setup was like, but I remember it ends with, this is the first time that he's trying to catch Marvin Vera. He sets it up to where, yeah, it just blasts them with water, and the entire bathroom gets like flooded, and the door opens, and like this wave of water just goes through. They're upstairs, and it brings them downstairs, and it's just a bunch of, it's like, okay, budget went to this.
Yeah.
Like they escape, and then the dad and the girlfriend come back, and they're like, "You flooded the house, you little shit," because that's what that's
You
what
little shit.
that's what they told
I want him out.
him. But there's not much else I remember. I mean, I'm sure there is if I. It's the first time I heard "I Feel Good," because that was in the movie. It's the first time I heard James Brown. Uh, yeah, that's Home Alone 4. I'm trying to remember. Favorite trap? I don't fucking know. Getting the bag there is funny.
Yeah,
Uh,
I don't remember any of them except for the last one apparently, so I can't even
yeah.
say.
Um, they tried to do the whole like 3 didn't have. Well, I guess they kind of did with Mrs. Hess, sort of, but they had like in the 4th one they tried to do the hey, Kevin's having a moment with an older folk uh type thing with Prescott because he's not in on it. Throughout the whole movie, um, there's this kind of implication, if not outright, like, oh, someone is on the inside with Marvin Vera in the house, and Kevin's whole thing, he's just trying to figure out who it is. Um, so he thinks it's Prescott,
Yeah.
but then, as it turns out, upon one of the visits that Marv and them have to the house, there's also a maid named Molly.
Right.
That's Marv's mother.
Oh, that's right.
And so he tells this whole thing. Kevin like thinks he's got Prescott and everything, and he goes to tell Molly that he thinks he has enough evidence to prove that there's this inside man with these burglars that keep coming to the house, and that it's Prescott. And then she just drops all fucking pretenses of being a maid. She's like, "Oh, it's not them. It's not him. It's me." Because at that point, Marvin them show back up, and he's like, "Hi, mom." It's like,
Oh
what?
my god. Oh my god, you're right. Oh god, that's so stupid.
It's like, what the fuck? All right. So that's Home Alone 4. it's, it's
Not much to
stupid
say
as
about that
hell.
one.
I still, it's the last one I can recommend because I had it on VHS along with Home Alone 3. I used to watch them a lot as a kid. Um, but again, it clearly now we're just like in total like it's a kids film type territory. It's not really like a family film anymore. It tries to like do these things with these established characters. None of it makes sense. None of it fits in the timeline. None of it amounts to anything in the end. It just feels it feels a little bland and it falls very flat. But I still think it's kind of funny because clearly I'm not looking at like YouTube footage or anything silently off to the side as we record this. This is all off memory. Like
Yeah.
we're genuinely recalling things that we each like suppressed about these films after 1 and 2.
Yeah.
But 3 and 4 I feel are still just funny enough in their own right. You could probably still have a good time with them if you feel like you want to watch more Home Alone beyond 1 and 2 for any reason. 10 years later,
Yeah. 10 years later. Home Alone 5, The Holiday Heist, 2012.
yeah. Um, this one Aaron knew about before me. You at least watched it first.
Yes. So I watched this like pretty much when it came out, like when it was new, it it was on TV. And that's the first time that I watched it.
I don't even remember the first time I heard about it, but I was like, "Whoa, there's a new one," and I never got to see it, and I didn't really care enough to seek it out because I was just like, "Oh, okay, it's just been so long since 4 that like what the hell like." Okay, there are 5 movies now. How much more can you squeeze that teat of milk of content, juicy Home Alone content, before it dries up? Like, what much more can you do with this formula? And
Yeah.
well, they added a sister, I guess.
Yeah, so
It's a
this is
brother
not
sister
just
duo.
about one kid being left home alone, but two. And I oh man, so I actually kind of like this one just because it has some bits that are funny and um it's I can't really remember too much about it. Like I'm really trying I'm struggling to recall any of the traps here, and even the premise is like almost it's like fuzzy to me. It has Malcolm McDowell in it.
Yeah, he is Oldman. He has a
Yeah,
beanie like Harry. You
yeah.
have
So like there are three bad guys. You know, there's Malcolm McDowell, there's a lady, and then there's a black guy.
Blackman, and you got Crying Lady. She had like a what Steve was his name. She had like a lover who left her, and she's like her whole
That's
fucking thing.
right. Yeah, that's right, and that's her whole thing through. She's just like, why did he leave me?
Yeah, and it's not funny. It wasn't funny the first time, and it's not funny every time after that. But so having to these last two I were the ones I researched. I did my homework on. We watched them. That's how not memorable they are to me personally. I had to kind of do some homework on them to remember anything about them. AKA I just watched the Nostalgia Critics reviews, but just to get the cliff notes. Um,
Mm.
so like there's a painting, so it kind of like does a sort of Home Alone 3 thing where it's like, oh, these guys are
Yeah,
not to be
these
messed
guys are
with.
like after
Um,
something very specific, like this painting that's worth a lot.
it's worth a lot, and also because like his ancestor painted it or some shit, like his grandmother
That's
or
right.
something.
Okay, yeah, yeah. It's like some like he wants it because it's like rightfully his or something.
Yeah. And so this family moves into a new house, and it's like huge and creepy as fuck to the kid, to main boy. Um, and the sister couldn't give any more of a fuck because she's a teenager. So of course, how do you write a teenage girl? You don't. You just make her not give a shit, and that's her whole character. Uh,
Yeah.
and so, um, there's also another girl neighbor who is just obsessed with the snow. She's just like,
Yeah.
snow. Snow is my life. Snow is life. Ball is life.
I
Snowball is
forgot
life.
about that. What the fuck?
Alexa, hey, speaking of, door open.
Oh, door open.
Tell her, Alexa, door open.
I don't even know what it's doing. Okay,
um,
that was weird.
it's saying door open. Um, and so there's Snowball Girl. I forgot. I thought this guy was in the sixth one, but I forgot he was in the fifth. Uh, Dude who plays video game, and this is the
uh,
weirdo that we have
okay,
like a connection with.
yeah, so this is the part that I actually find very funny about this. That's actually one of the funniest parts of the movie to me. It's just like because the main kid whose name I forgot,
Like
um,
Fit or something. I don't. I think.
Finn, that's right. Um, so he's like, he's playing video games, he's playing, some multiplayer online stuff. Um, and he's talking to this guy, who's just like living in some apartment or whatever, and he's like, so he's just like, giving him tips on the game. It's just like, when you talk with random strangers online when you're playing Halo or some crap. And so, uh, so, um, and he's just, they're just talking, and then this guy's oh yeah, like I don't, what does he say? Something about like I don't see my family on
Yeah,
Christmas and stuff. And
they forced a
and
reason. I don't know.
yeah, I've been like it's like, oh, that's kind of sad. And then so but then they're like talking, and somehow like then lets slip, hey, there's like burglars in my house, and this guy is just like, wait, the fuck, are you serious? He's like, what the hell, what? And
We
he's
need to
like,
call the
it's like,
cops.
yeah, call the cops. So like, you're home alone, what the fuck? And it's like, it's just so funny to me that he's just like, whoa, like this random kid that I'm playing video games with is like his house is being robbed, and and it's like so nonchalant about it.
But here's the thing too. Again, at this point, this deep into the series, we are not doing clever setups anymore. If that little girl's still around as burglars are coming to their house, to Finn's house, why would he not? He's going outside and do it because the sister gets locked in like this like secret cellar or whatever,
Yeah.
and they can't get the door open. So she's kind of just there for a good chunk of the movie, and
And they
he's like,
don't have phones, right? They like can't
so
use their phones.
I was gonna say, okay, yeah. So before, yeah, okay, yeah. So before my thing, I wanted to address that too. Um, they have at first the mom was gonna take their cell phones from them, but then the dad was like, "What about emergencies?" And she's like, "Okay," but I guess they took the fucking chargers with them because the phone's dead. And
That's right.
despite it being 2012, where landlines were still very much common, just not as common, but they were still very much common, they don't have a landline. So there's just no way to go. But that goes into my thing where I was going to say, so there's no way to really contact anyone except they can go out of the house and go to the neighbors. If the little girl is still
Yeah.
there, her parents must still be there. Ergo, why didn't he go to the fucking neighbors and go, hey, can I use your phone?
Yeah.
I'm home alone with my sister. She's locked in our little secret cellar we found. Also, burglars are coming to break into my home. No, he talks to a buttfucker69 on the internet.
What Burger 69?
Doesn't help his case because then he somehow gets a hold of the parents' number and goes, "Hey, I think your son's home alone.
Yeah,
You
so
don't know me. I'm a random
so funny.
stranger."
That's so funny. I'm a random stranger. I'm a random like adult man, and your child is home alone, and I know him. Like
Your
what the
child's home
fuck?
alone. I think bad things are going to happen to him. Also, your daughter's locked in the basement. What the fuck? No context.
Some random adult man is calling you and telling that he knows about your kids. Like that's so creepy, and I think that's what made me laugh so much.
Then they trace back the call and they swat his ass.
Yeah, and then they break down his door.
It's like, what are we doing? This isn't even about the burglars or anything else. Like, what? This is just the movie. It's like, what are we doing here? Why it must? Nothing has any thought put behind it. I don't get it. Oh no, but it's Home Alone. Remember, it's Home Alone. He's Home Alone, and he puts the cream on. He like shaves, and then he puts the aftershave, and he does the iconic. He slaps his face to get the aftershave on, but then he
Yeah.
has no reaction because that's the joke.
Yeah, I know. I mean, that is funny.
A callback, and then what else? There was another callback too, and I'm trying to remember. 5 and 6 for some reason try to make much more of an attempt to connect, but I think that's kind of a testament to how like desperate they were, I guess, to connect directly, like literally connect to like the continuity of the previous movie, or at the very least, Home Alone 1 and 2. Um, oh, because again, the whole face thing, again, the iconic pose, Kevin screaming, because
Yeah.
they find out at the end, the parents are like, "Oh yeah, no, this painting. So like, it was done by such and such. The person who painted the scream." And then they're like, "The what?" And they go like, "Oh," and they do the pose like because it's like, "Oh, it's a funny joke and it's also a callback." And he just gets like weirded out over his parents doing the Home Alone face,
Yeah.
and that's the comedy. Um, uh, so there's also this thing that it is haunted, and I don't know. I'm not sure if this is a callback to Kevin being scared of the furnace, but the kid Finn's like, "Oh, my house is haunted or whatever," and now I don't know like what
Oh
there's
yeah, that's
spooky shit
right.
happening. So he like one of the traps, I guess, is that he like converts his room into like, oh, like this house is possessed. Get the fuck out, old man. And he like is in the back, like controlling all this stuff. And it's like, so it's kind of like Kevin, like all these like rigs and things like flying around and floating, and like his distorted face on like the monitors and shit. Um, Not really a trap. It's just these dumb fucking idiot adults believing in the deceit of a fucking 11-year-old.
I'm actually trying to remember like what some of the traps are.
Oh,
Um,
so okay, if I remember right, some of these traps they try to go with like a theme for these traps, in that the
yeah.
theme is that the result of how they look when they get all fucked up by these traps is supposed to make them look Christmas themed, because girl, gets a bunch of shit that happens to her where like her hair stands on end like antlers, and like something bops her in the face so her nose goes all red, so she's like Rudolph.
Yeah.
Um,
That's right.
and the Blackman eats like cookies that are fake and
He's
gross
cookie. So like he eats it was like what did he make the cookies
out of like
with like
something or
hot
other.
sauce or something?
Yeah, something. And he
It was
tries to.
and then he tries to drink the milk, but what was it, milk glue or
It's like
whatever?
glue, and he
Yeah.
tries to like spit it out and rinse his mouth out, and like the sink doesn't work, and it just spits. So it's supposed to get stuck to his face as if it's like a Santa beard.
Yeah.
That was supposed to be the joke. And I forget what happens to the old man. Was it Malcolm McDowell? I don't know.
Yep.
I forget what else happens to him. Everything else after that is I don't remember. um, let's see. Girl gets put into a snowman. Snow girl puts girl burglar into a snowman. That happens at the end. Uh, yeah, that's Home Alone 5. um, it's the last one I saw. Well, before the next one, and I was like, yeah, this one's weird. Like 3 and 4 are already weird on their own, but like 5 is fucking weird.
It's weird, but I still found it funny. Like, I mean, you're just like, 'cause, you're talking about the like the buttfucker 69 thing, and it's just like, I don't know why, but when like I first saw that, I just found it hilarious. I felt like because it's so it felt like a kind of real to me where you just like you're playing games online and you don't know who you're talking to and you could like be talking to any random stranger and it's just like wait a minute what the and he's just like he's really trying his best to be like wait you're a child who's home alone and he's actually like trying his best to like protect this kid but it's like
Yeah.
he says all the wrong things.
I mean, even before that, them talking and how he reveals like, oh, I don't go see my family for whatever. Uh, a lot of these callbacks and trying to again have these little bits of the formula, come back and try to like revitalize it and kind of modernize it. It just feels so contrived. He didn't. This character didn't need to be there. I don't know if he really. I mean, sure, he helped alert the parents to the fact that all this shit was happening, but like, I don't know. The way they just went about it was just so fucking bizarre, and it does not hit anything remotely close to Marley or Pigeon Lady at all. Even Pigeon Lady, she didn't even have a name, but like
Yeah,
she
she
even
don't even got a name.
yeah, even her story I'd buy over fucking buttfucker 69 being like my family, and then they give him a ticket to go be with his family.
Yeah, that's nice.
It's nice, but it's like there's no real. I don't. There's no payoff. I guess that's the payoff. I don't feel anything. I cried when fucking old man Marley got back with his family.
Well, yeah, it's not like, emotional. It's just like to me it's just kind of like some silly shit.
But just knowing that it's been done before, this is the fifth one. I'm just like, oh, jeez. Um, but I'm glad you defended to an extent. Kind of like I'll defend four to an extent. Being like this something of a quote unquote classic, uh, in the sense that like I found it funny. It's stupid as all shit, but I found it funny. Um, but I'm glad that you liked five because that one at that time was still the only one I was like I haven't seen it. I At that point I was a little more grown up, so I'm just like okay, haven't really seen much of Home Alone these days, except for just because I used to watch them even when it wasn't Christmas. I would just watch the movies whenever I wanted to.
Yeah.
But by the time five came out, I was just like, they're it's still going.
It's still going.
And then six, six. They made another one. There's six. There's six of them. Ugh.
And actually that's the end of it. I don't remember anything after that.
Oh, I'm dying.
You tried to say that there were six Home Alone movies and now the world is punishing you.
It's true. Oh God. Home Sweet Home Alone. Oh, I'm so stuffed up. Ugh. Okay, Aaron, we gotta do it. We gotta rip the band-aid off. We gotta do it.
I don't know.
We got it. We gotta do it, Aaron.
I don't know what you're talking about.
So, in 2021, Disney Plus put out a sixth Home Alone movie. It's called
They,
Home.
in 2021, they put out a horror movie disguised as a Home Alone movie called Home
Oh.
Sweet Home Alone. And it
So,
was it, wa- and I felt like I was losing brain cells, and it was one of the most terrifying things I've ever seen.
um, see, and I think five. I think we watched those like back few. I don't know if we watched four together. We had to have at some point. Three,
Yeah.
I remember we watched together. Five and six, I think we watched in the same hangout because we watched that in person. I remember because when it was done, you were like, I never want to watch that movie again.
Yep.
And to this day, she refuses to acknowledge its existence until now, where we have to do it. Um,
I still didn't watch it. So I'm not gonna remember anything.
it's
I literally only remember like one thing from that movie.
it's bad. What do you remember?
I remember the thing that made you groan and the thing that made me laugh was when the guy looks at the camera and he goes, "Why are they always remaking the classics?"
Oh my god. Okay. All right. Ah, Jesus. I have so much shit coming out of my face that I'm trying to keep like away from the mic. I'm so sorry. I've been like stuttering and getting all nasty and gross in this episode. I guess with how far in we are, it makes sense. So British boy who's been in a bunch of shit before this, I don't. That was already red flag number one. Casting some kid who was already like fucking a thing. He was already a thing before this movie. Um, Trying to get these like actors to act. Yet
Yep.
fucking Fat Albert was in the movie. You had fucking Kenan Thompson. He's not funny.
I didn't even remember that.
He's a realtor. That's a
The
setup for a diet
Realtor.
joke. Um, he's a realtor if I remember right. Who's com- completely, totally, 1,000% not funny. Um, so I like to describe Home Sweet Home Alone as the movie where everything you could possibly get wrong about the formula of Home Alone, they get wrong. Everything. Everything has been done wrong. The callbacks, the only one real thing I could say was like okay was one of those callbacks, which we'll get to. But they try. Oh fuck, do they try to make this one feel like a modern version of the first movie, and it sucks. It does not do any of it right. Um, do you even remember the premise?
Um, Something about a vacation
That's all of them, Aaron.
and
The parents go on vacation. What else is new?
something about a vacation, and I remember. Okay, this is what I remember: is that the burglars in this movie are two innocent people.
Yeah, like I said, they fuck up everything about the formula, even the burglars. Oh, we're gonna get there, trust me. But the fact that this is already 2 hours means we gotta really try and
They're
get
just
through
like an
this.
innocent couple, like what trying to like provide for their family or some shit. I don't. What's happening?
So, like, all right, okay. There is this doll you see that is very rare, and it's ugly as fuck. It has like an upside down head. Like it was made.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it was that's the intention of this doll in universe to be made incorrectly or it was accidentally made incorrectly, but it has an upside down face, and somehow that makes it rare. Uh, so these it belongs. Does it belong to this couple that move are looking to move out of they're losing their house or they have to move out or some shit happens, and among some of the people that visit are the parents of this kid who's the main kid of the movie, who's British boy who's supposed to be Kevin. Not literally. This isn't like British Kevin McAllister.
I don't
uh
even remember his name.
I don't remember his name. I don't remember any of the characters' names in this movie. But they I think go visit this open house or some shit, and then they leave, and somehow I think like the British boy's like little brother or some shit was also there with them, and the brother takes the doll, and that's like a reveal that happens later or some shit like that. It makes it at some point the doll is in the possession of the kid, and the couple ends up kind of realizing this at some point, and so the whole premise is they just want their doll back because
Yeah.
I think they were looking to sell it so they can try and use the money to get a new house or something. Because I think they were losing the house. I'm not sure if they were moving out or some. I also mentioned open house. I don't fucking remember. Somehow everyone crosses paths, and then the doll ends up in the position of the boy, and then the couple has to try and get the doll back. And they're two bumbling, unfunny, not cleverly written idiots. So they're just making all these lame jokes and showing how like not fucking threatening they are in the slightest. And they become the burglars of the movie. Uh so yeah, like there's a big family and like the kid's trying to be all witty and sarcastic like Kevin and whatever, and he has it out with his mom and they argue like in the fucking first movie, and all that shit. There's a passing reference to Little Nero's Pizza because that's where they ordered pizza from. You see the pizza box on the table.
Keep the
Uh,
change, you filthy animal. I can't believe we didn't say that throughout this whole thing.
yeah, we didn't say that. We should have waited to the end to say it.
Yeah.
uh, and then yeah, they're remaking the classics. Which, by the way, the reason why he says that in universe in the movie is because in universe they remade Angels with Filthy Soul.
Oh,
It's like
that's right.
it's like a sci-fi, like some dumb. It's so fucking. It's like, are you serious? Are you serious? You, I mean, I think it's ironic because I actually like Angels with Filthy Souls. Like, I liked just how
Yeah.
like funny. And you can even watch it as a whole complete quote unquote movie, like in the bonus features of the DVD. Like they made it like its own little thing where you recognize it, you know it's from Home Alone. It's not a real movie, but like, although there is a movie called Angels with Dirty Souls that exists in real life, it's
Yeah.
an old movie. Um, but to even make fun of that old film, which isn't even a real thing, but like I like to think that it's a classic in a way. Just because it's in an actual movie that's considered an actual classic. But like
Yeah.
making fun of that and bastardizing that in your movie, but making it some shitty sci-fi thing, only for it to be part of a punchline where the dude goes, "Yeah, they're always remaking the classics." It's like, fuck off, literally. Actually, fuck you. Like, come on. Just because you acknowledge it doesn't mean it excuses the whole movie for existing. Like, you know what you're doing. You're trying to beat the audience to the punch and give yourself a little self-deprecating joke by saying, "Oh yeah, whatever." No, fuck off. You don't get that point to yourself. You don't get that
I
brownie
know.
point.
It was just that it was just so funny to me that like
That it set me off
during
so
that
bad.
like that, yeah, that you just like you were fucking livid. You hated that he said that, and I just cracked up. Like I was dying of laughter because it just like I mean it really shows how different we are when it comes to things that make you angry and just make me laugh because the because it was just so funny to me that he just looked dead into the camera when he said it.
Yeah.
Like
It was a fourth wall joke.
I know, but it's just the way that he looked into the camera. It's just like, why they gotta remake the classics?
It's
It's
so
just
stupid. Oh god. There's a fart joke. Those are always good.
those are always good.
Um, because they're trying to like go and scope up the house before the actual break-in, I guess. And she's trying to push him over a wall, and he farts in her face, and that's supposed to be funny. um, but one of the only things I was like, okay. Oh, before we even get there, actually, before that little reveal, fucking, they even went as far, they dared to go as
Dare.
far as to use some of the music from Home Alone 1. There's a moment where the fucking wife lady of the couple is trying to imagine what she wants. They want you, first off, they want you to be sympathetic for these fucking idiots. And it's like, pick a lane. Are they funny or are they emotional? These guys can't be threatening because you're making everything about them known that they are not violent people.
Yep.
And then they fucking have her like envision this like dream, like how they wanted the house to always look with like a family and having kids sitting around the tree in the house that they have to give up. And the fucking
Oh my god.
like the classic Home Alone music starts playing. And it's like, what? You can't. No, you can't do that. You didn't earn
No.
that. You did not earn that. How dare you try to use the actual source material if you're not trying to make fun of it or make fun of what you're doing around it to actually try to give yourself some brownie points and get some emotion out of us. Like, you can't fucking do that. You didn't earn that. Um, it's and then try to capture like recapture that like John Hughes like absurdist humor because the kid has random fucking like what if scenario little flash I can't say flashbacks because they're flashes of his thoughts, I guess. Like, oh, I've got to sit around with my, like, with the old folks. They talk about prune candy and shit. And then, like, he has a fucking vision like it's a nightmare. Like, oh,
Yeah.
look at the little boy, he's growing up, he is. And he's like,
He's
no.
grown up, he is.
And it's like, okay, what? And it's shot all weird. And then he's like, oh, but what if I, like, what if I call the cops and then they and tell them I'm home alone and then they blame mom for it because she left her kid home alone, and like what if they jail her? And there's a weird fucking thing about his mom being in jail, and it's a weird little thought sequence, and it's just played up for comedy, but it's not funny. And it's like, like you can't even get the absurd. I'm telling you everything about the formula. The absurdist humor they can't get right. The burglars they can't get right. The setup they can't get right. We haven't even gotten to the traps yet. But before any of
Not
that,
like I remember him.
right? I remember a few, well, only because I saw them in the review. But anyway, the one thing that was a callback that I'm like, okay, fine. Here's your brownie point. Is they brought back Buzz
Yeah, Buzz is in the movie. I do remember that.
as a policeman, which is even funnier. And even funnier on top of that is the fact that, and this is one of those, again, subtle little things if you look at it and you can spot it. Um, of the people that are selling, their houses and doing their thises and their that's, you can see that there's a company that's that does home security stuff. It's a McAllister company.
Mm-hmm.
That's Kevin's job. Kevin is the one that is selling home security things
That's funny.
for the holidays because Buzz says this. He says this because one of the jokes that is kind of funny when you think about it, it's not one of those like in your face slapstick type jokes. It's a joke you have to think about. That he says when they do try to call the cops and they call him, he says, "Oh, it's probably a prank because my fucking brother always." He says, "Fucking my brother
Yeah.
is does home security and he's always calling me about like what was it, kids being left home alone, or like about such as this, however he says it, that Kevin fucks with him about like being left home alone, or that something like that. And it's like, oh, okay, fuck, like why, like the one little callback, I'm like, okay, I guess if Little Nero's is still here and we're trying to really solidify that this fucking movie, out of all the others, 3 and 4, if four proves that one just can't exist in the timeline, this one is trying so hard to prove that it does exist in the timeline by
Yeah.
referencing Kevin and having Buzz there and having Little Nero still there and having some form of Angels with Filthy Souls still around. But I still feel like most of it's warranted and deserved. I just, it's a bad movie. Oh, we haven't even gotten to the good part. The whole thing was a
Uh,
misunderstanding. It was a
yeah, well,
misunderstanding. Them breaking into the house, it was all a misunderstanding because they didn't want to actually rob him of
but that
anything.
goes back to yeah, but that goes back to like the burglars in this case being just innocent people.
Which sucks. That's stupid. I don't want to watch innocent people get hurt. I want to watch two dumbasses that deserve it get hurt.
Yeah, I know. That's what makes it really stupid. And it's especially horrible that like the traps are actually like again, this is a horror movie. Like
Oh yeah, like
what was that one trap with like the pins or something in
yes.
the face? That shit's awful.
Oh, not even that. They do a slight spin on the nail through the foot. They do a thumbtack through the finger.
Oh, ugh.
And this one doesn't make sense because you can see that. You can see it. Okay. I can't believe I have to give. We said this and we said it was absurd in the beginning. I'm now going to give it something of a point by bringing this comparison up, that Marv not really looking down at where he's stepping and stepping into the nail makes
Yeah.
more sense for his line of sight than buttfucker man, idiot man, trying to disable their security system by punching in the code, and he's punching in numbers in the code, and the machine and the device is eye level with this grown man, and he can look at the buttons as he's pressing them, and still plunges his finger right into the nail.
Ow, 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 ow.
It's
It's
like,
just like,
and they don't
it's
cut away.
horrible.
You see it, and it's like, oh.
I know, it's awful. I hate it. I hate it so much. I like again, I was like, I don't want to this is disturbing. I don't want to watch this movie.
Oh my god. Yeah, so the kid, if you see any of the splash art of the kid, he has like a super soaker looking thing. It's not. It's not. It's like a little gun thing he has that like that's where he shoots the little darts. It's supposed to be like a Nerf type thing. It's not called Nerf directly, of course, branding and all that, product placement, but it's similar to that, like those little sticky like plunger type little like darts, right? But he put nails through them. So he shoots the female with that,
Yeah.
and it like a bunch of them hit her in the face, and it's like Jesus. And then he has the little gun that shoots out the pool balls, and he hits the dude in the forehead with that.
Oh my God.
There's a giant fucking lump in the center of his stupid forehead. Oh, but the dumbest one, and it just goes to show like how they're trying to modernize it and everything. Do you remember the VR one? The stupid VR one. It's a trap, you see.
Oh, I kind of do. Not really.
I forget how he even gets it on the dude's head, but like somehow he rigs this thing as if, oh yeah, you could just see a location. It looks like it's on an HTC Vive or some shit. It looks like an actual headset, but like, he's not in a video game or anything. He's just like in, he's like on a cliff, like on a cliffside. I don't know how you just get footage of that to work on a VR headset with no context and no like program. It's just he puts the headset on, or it somehow ends up on his head, and then oh, he's tricked. Get it? Because like he's there, but he's not there, and it's
Oh
dumb.
my God.
It's like, oh, Jesus,
Oh.
it's bad. It's so fucking bad.
And now you know why I refuse to acknowledge it ever.
But yeah, no, it was all a misunderstanding. They weren't trying to burgle the house. They just wanted their doll. And he never stole the doll. The brother took it. Just because he wanted a doll to play with. And then they forgive each other. He forgives them. They become their friends. The dopey, stupid couple that are mistaken for burglars make up with the boy, and then the boy introduces them to his family, and then they become friends, and they have dinner together.
I, I, I hate this movie. I hate this movie so much.
Every fucking aspect of the Home Alone formula, they did not get right. It's the worst movie. It's the worst fucking movie. How do you watch this and not say it's the worst movie? I don't. How do you do that? That is a skill to have. To have watched all 6 of these and go, that one's not the worst one. Nostalgia critic.
Only like I don't even think that a small child who doesn't know any better would like this movie.
A small child would watch it and go, that was shit.
It was shit.
It's just not something I feel that's going to entertain. It's on that fucking like fast like modern humor. You could just put that shit on. It's one of those movies you just put on and let your kid like maybe watch it, maybe they'll laugh, and then you go off and do other shit.
I would never subject my kid to that.
Makes sense because you would never have a kid.
Yeah.
To subject it to. But even
if for any reason there was a child that I knew that I was watching,
if you were babysitting,
I'd be like, you know what? We're watching my childhood shit, and you're gonna like it.
You'll have no say. I don't think there's really much of a favorite in this one. None of them are good. Uh,
The only ones I can remember are the horrifying ones. So like
yeah.
I don't like any of them.
Oh, instead of watering the walkway to freeze over so they can slip, he does it to the whole fucking street. So when they come in,
Oh my God.
so when they come in their normal ass car, mind you, not some like bummed out fucking like van like Harry and Marv's van, um, and their actual like whatever. I was gonna make like a make and model joke. I can't even Toyota whatever. Um, they just go sliding around the ice and they just fucking crash right into a pole. It's like okay, that's not even funny. That's just like
Oh,
Jesus. It's not good. Not good. They have bastardized the formula.
I don't even like talking about it.
I know you don't.
I don't
Yeah,
like thinking about it.
that's why you want to acknowledge it. I get it. It's just it's really funny to be like, hey, Aaron, Home Alone 6, and you're like, "No, the what? No,
The what?
that doesn't exist. uh, yeah, that's Home Alone.
And that's the Home Alone series.
I was hoping to God, before doing this, that they did not announce, without me knowing somehow, a seventh one. And no, thankfully, rest assured, they're
Home
not.
Alone 7.
That doesn't mean they won't in the future. I hope to God they don't, but they're not right now, at least.
Home Alone 7, taking back the house again.
Taking back some other fucking I don't know anymore, dude. Safe to say, the first couple were good. And then it just kept getting weirder from there, and then now it's nothing. Nothing means anything by the sixth one. It feels so fake. None of it feels genuine. It doesn't deserve what little it tries to do that even remotely tries to feel like the originals. Well, they're not blatantly trying to copy the originals. Um, this one tries so hard to be like the first one, more than the second movie, which, again, people would say was a literal retread.
Yep.
I'm like, no, 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 no. It does various callbacks and has a similar formula, but by the time of 5 and 6, especially 6, it tries way too hard to literally remember this, like with all their fucking little callbacks. And it's not clever, it's not funny, it's not anything. It's just it's soulless.
That's not anything. I don't even like when people use that word.
Soulless.
Yeah. Because everyone
it,
uses that word
everyone
for
uses it.
anything. Anything that they don't like, they'll use that word. They're just like, yeah, that's the buzzword that everyone's using nowadays.
Well, I guess that does it for this episode. To recap, 1 and 2 are classics. 3 and 4, I would argue, may be worth your time if you don't think about them too hard. Especially 4. 4 has no place in the timeline. I don't know what it's trying to be. Um, 5, Aaron likes. uh, and then 6 happened. Oh boy. Well, Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry Christmas, you filthy animal,
And a
and a
Happy
Happy New
New
Year.
Year. Yeah. Uh, till the next time. Hopefully, you guys enjoy Home Alone stuff as well. Uh, let us know if you enjoy all the Home Alone, and which one's your favorite, and which one's your least favorite. Let's get controversial in the comments. What do you think?
Yeah,
What's your
let's
most
get really controversial.
What's your most controversial Home Alone takeaway?
Um, I don't know. Probably that I think two is better than one. Like that's pretty controversial, I think.
I suppose so. My controversial opinion is the parrot is hot. Anyway, I don't know.
What?
I was trying to say something absurd. The parrot, Home Alone 3 parrot, says really dirty things. I don't know.
That parrot is weird.
That's and with that we end. Till the next time. Hopefully you enjoyed the last podcast of this year. Um, we're coming close to the end of the channel, so we only got a few more of these we can do, and
Very good.